That's where I'm supposed to look. Hey, everybody. It's Andy, aka Max Ryder. We are back with another live stream. Hey, everything seems to be working. Oh my god. Today, as you have seen, we're playing Alone Against the Static. Oh boy. Just got this a couple days ago. Wednesday, actually. Ordered it on December 4th when it first came out. And I gotta get my dice. Oh no, I've got my keeper dice. This could be bad for me. This could be very bad for me. Let's see. Here's the dice. Here's penalty dice and bonus die. Penalty and bonus die. Get that. We got a bunch of these sixes in case we need them. We let this music play out, and then we're just gonna go quiet. I keep looking at my face instead of the camera. Hey, J.M. Johnson. Greeting from Colorado. Hey, welcome to the stream. And how's Colorado? It's been chilly here. Yes, no keeper dice are bad. No, I need player dice. Here's my keeper dice. The keeper dice are the ones that were put out by... Let's see if I can get this to focus. They were put out by... oh, shoot. I can't remember the name of the company. Years ago. And then I have some regular player dice, and they seem to do better for me. Getting warmer, it says, for Colorado. Good. We are too, actually. We're in the 50s today, and we were yesterday, too. Even though we have frost every night, so it's weird. I'm in the mountains of North Carolina. So today, Alone Against the Static. Now, this is a hardback. I was surprised when I got this. I thought it would be another softcover. But it's a very, very pretty, very nice-smelling hardback. And we're going to just leap right in here. Got something to write notes on. Printed out the character sheets from the PDF, which you get for free if you purchase from Chaosium. Nice dice, Chaosium. And no, it wasn't Chaosium that made these dice. It was a Polish company, actually. Here, let me see if I can look it up real quick. I think they're the same ones that made the Seth Skorkowski dice. Oh, it has a number in it. It's not Cubicle 7. Q Workshop. It doesn't have a number in it. Q Workshop made these. A friend of mine got me an identical set, except these are yellow. These are yellow print on black, and he got me white on black, and they're glow in the dark, which is really cool. And I really appreciate those dice, too. Actually, one of my bonus penalty dice is one of those. This guy glows in the dark once it's been exposed to enough light. So, the end of the music is our cue to at least get started with the introduction. I got junk on my desk here. Let's get this. I'm trying to make a little room. Let's slide this in. Hopefully we won't need it. And let's open up Alone Against the Static. We're going to start with the forward. I used to joke that I grew up in the woods from the Blair Witch Project. Oh, wow. Look at what this is doing to my face and head. Let's lean this back just a little. Then it'll be too far away. I have a terrible time with cameras. I apologize. All right. Get back to the forward. Our family home was locked in by state forest for 2 kilometers in every direction. Growing up in a place where the darkness was thick and the sounds beyond the walls of our house were often unidentifiable, I came to appreciate a level of horror that manifests in the wild places of the world that, to me, feels absent in cities populated by the human throng. I learned to savor the feeling of protection while inside a home in such locations, however false that safety actually was. It's a sensation of the walls of wood and mud brick somehow keeping the cold and darkness at bay, even if the sound of something raking gently across your bedroom window was commonplace. Again, I'm too close. There. That thing's probably going to fall over again. Alone Against the Static is my attempt to view the quiet wild through the lens of the Cthulhu mythos. I wanted to give players a strong sense of place and isolation. Setting the scenario in the 1990s allowed me to showcase how Call of Cthulhu can flourish in all settings. The modern age opens new avenues of horror now not available in the 1920s, such as creepy videotapes of unknown origin. It's my hope that both new and returning Call of Cthulhu players discover an aspect of horror that they may not have encountered before, and I especially hope they find inspiration with which to weave their own tales of mythos horror at the gaming table. B.W. Holland, Melbourne, 2022. Let's do this. Let's do this. Sorry about that. LOL says J.M. Johnson. Yeah. It's just one of those cheap tripods. Alone Against. Okay, here's our introduction. That was the foreword. Very nicely written. Alone Against the Static is a Call of Cthulhu scenario designed to be played by a single person where you are both the keeper and the player. You take on the role of either Alex or Charlie, a young couple who are vacationing at a secluded forest cabin in South Dakota's Black Hills. So, Alex. No, here's Charlie. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. There's Charlie. And here is Alex. They're a married couple. Their marriage sounds like, from what I read on the back when I unboxed this thing, it sounds like their marriage is in trouble. The collapse of their relationship, hey, here we go, and a creeping horror growing in the woods around them are the central focus of the adventure. Chaosium recommends this book for mature players. I feel like most horror games are automatically should be recommended for mature players, but that's just me. The adventure set during the 1990s. Unfortunately for you, it takes place far out of signal range. See, I did not have a cell phone in the 1990s. I didn't get my first cell phone till 2007. No, not true. Late 90s, my fiance at the time gifted me this big, bulky phone because for just emergency use. But I didn't have a cell phone that I would like, text or call or anything like that. Don't rely on modern conveniences to protect you from danger. Deadly forces to whom a few decades mean nothing are lurking in the shadowy woods around you. You can attempt this adventure as many times as you like. Each playthrough allows you to select different choices or even a different character. With every new path you take, you'll discover more secrets hidden away among the pines. Make good use of the tools at your disposal if you hope to survive this very unfortunate vacation. There's a picture here. Oh, it is a camcorder. Yeah, camcorder. Preparing to start. Now, okay, this is not my first LOL, the brick. Yeah, it was. It wasn't like a brick. It was smaller, and it was more like it went like this and straight across, and then there was a little flip for just your mouth. I probably still have it around here somewhere. The battery was most of the phone. Make sure you have a copy of the Call of Cthulhu Keeper Rulebook. Haha, my beater copy. Right here. I need to cover that. Or the Call of Cthulhu starter set at hand. Copy or print out both Alex's and Charlie's investigator sheets, which I have, page 102. Select which of them you would like to play and put the other sheet to the side. So we'll be playing Charlie. So we'll put Alex aside for now. Read the Getting Started section on page 6. Yeah, we're going to do that. Once that's done, you're ready to take on the challenges of Alone Against the Static. Starting on page 8. Don't worry, that strange sound was probably just the wind. Content warning. Alone Against the Static is a horror scenario and explores themes of grief. Grief. Ooh, ear itches. Grief, isolation, relationships, and heartbreak. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. And is recommended for mature players. All right. The shattered camera is the cut line on that. It's not cut line. I call it cut line because I used to work for a newspaper. Okay, I got that up there. Let's see. Okay, so getting started. We're on page 6. And this isn't my first jaunt into solo Call of Cthulhu. FYI, ad just popped up for the last 1.5 minutes. What? Sorry about that. Appreciate it. I wish they would let me know when there's an ad. They never tell you. Okay, so I don't think you've missed much. I appreciate that very much. There shouldn't be another ad for an hour. Basically, I was just reading how to prepare to start this. So they really need. See, I'm watching it over here, and no ads pop up on mine, which is stupid. I hate Twitch so much sometimes. Sorry about that. No problem. Just keep on going. Here's the other thing. These are going to be up on YouTube within a couple days, and all the other ones that I've done are up on YouTube. I don't know, JM, if you have an interest in that or not, but if you do, they're there. They're in a playlist called Solo Scenarios or something like that. All right, getting started. You'll need a pencil, scratch paper, dice, and the Call of Cthulhu Keeper Rulebook or the Call of Cthulhu Starter Set. We already read pretty much that same thing. Don't read this book through from beginning to end. Each entry is numbered, and at its end you will find instructions for where to go and what to read next. Usually you'll be asked to choose an action from between 2 or more options, and then turn to the corresponding entry based on your decision. Sometimes you'll see additional instructions like attempting a skill roll. When this happens, follow the instructions as written. Before you begin, you must first select either Alex or Charlie. We've selected Charlie. You can find their investigator sheets on page 102 and 104. Your story will be different depending on which character you choose. Oh, that's interesting. While both Alex and Charlie may encounter the same obstacles, they each have a range of different skills and characteristics, making every playthrough unique. The choices you make as you play are not always concerned with what your character is doing, but maybe to decide how your character is feeling, which can have a bearing on how things progress. The log sheet. Okay, so this is new, the log sheet. There's our log sheet. This is a new thing for Alone Against the Static. It hasn't been in any of the others that I've played. Excuse me. Alone Against the Static uses a log sheet to help record the choices you've made during your playthrough. As you progress through the adventure, some entries instruct you to tick a specific box on the log sheet. Some entries provide you with extra options depending on which boxes on the log sheet are already ticked. Ooh, that's clever. Some entries may even block you from certain choices and force you to turn to a particular entry, all based on what prerequisites you fulfilled. You should always start any playthroughs with a blank log sheet. If you restart your adventure, make sure to erase all checked boxes. Making a roll. At various points throughout the adventure, you may be asked to make a skill or characteristic roll. These rolls are made as per normal Call of Cthulhu, using either Charlie's or Alex's investigator sheet. Let's take a pause here. So Charlie, his credit rating's 30. His dodge is 30, half his dex. Fighting Brawl 55. Okay, he can fight with his fists. First Aid 70. Okay. Intimidate 45. That's pretty good. English is 70. Listen is 60. Natural World 40. Navigate 20. Persuade 50. So he's a little better persuading than intimidating. Psychology 60. That's awesome. Biology 25. Chemistry 25. A couple sciences there. Spot Hidden 65. Stealth only 30. So I'd like a larger dodge. Now he doesn't have luck written here, so we'll probably have to roll that up. Charlie's been with Alex for almost 5 years. Their relationship has begun to feel very strained. Some time alone might help them patch things up, but honestly, it doesn't feel likely. Ideology beliefs is karmic justice. Traits, forlorn and whimsical. I don't know. Alex, significant people. Alex for better or for worse. That's nice. Meaningful locations. A park bench across from Alex's old apartment where they first kissed, and treasured possessions is an inherited family engagement ring. He's got a couple $100 in his pocket. No, he's got $1,200 cash with him and assets of $30,000. So that's Charlie. Alex will be slightly different. Some Call of Cthulhu mechanics have been simplified to streamline gameplay. In combat, for example, only the result of your combat rolls factor into deciding an outcome. Other mechanics like chases, bouts of madness, and more have been similarly simplified. Any of these modifications to standard mechanics, as well as any additional factors like bonus or penalty dice, are clearly stated alongside the regular instructions for each entry. One thing I wish they would put in these, even just shortly at the end, is a little scenario that is like a regular scenario, you know what I mean? So that you actually get the answers afterwards and could potentially run this for other people. They did that in the Dog Walker. That's the only one I've seen do that, and it was really nice. Pushing rolls and spending luck. If you fail a roll, you may be able to either spend luck or push the roll to succeed. The entry text advises you if a pushed roll is possible. Okay. If a roll is eligible to be pushed, then when you're asked to make it, you will also be invited to reattempt a failure at the risk of additional penalties. If you don't want to push a roll, you can also use luck, as per the optional luck rules of Call of Cthulhu Keeper Rulebook. I don't like those rules, and I don't have any luck points yet, so this rule allows you to spend luck points to alter the result of a skill or characteristic rolls. You may alter the roll one-for-one basis. For example, to adjust a roll of 49 and make the result equal to your skill of 45, you'd spend 4 points of luck, and deduct that amount from your current luck total. You cannot spend luck points to alter damage, luck, or sanity rolls, or rolls to determine the amount of sanity points lost. Additionally, you cannot spend luck on a pushed roll. You may use luck spending in this manner whenever you desire during the adventure, but be aware that your luck can run out. And maybe it'll tell us about giving him luck. If not, we'll have to roll it up. Over the course of the scenario... dying and going insane. Over the course of the scenario, some choices can result in a loss of either hit points or sanity. Track these values carefully and remember the following. If you ever reach 0 hit points, you fall unconscious, become defenseless, and will die. Mark down the entry number you're in, and then go to 324. All right, hold on. Okay, die. 3, 2, 4. All right. If you ever lose half or more of your health in a single instance of damage, you receive a major wound. Mark down the entry number you're in and go to 325. Okay. Major wound. 325. If you ever reduce to 0 sanity, you go permanently insane. Mark down the passage you're in and go to 334. 0 san. 334. These are all on page 7. We're going to note that too, just in case. If you ever lose more than 1/5 your total sanity in a single day, you go indefinitely insane. Mark down the entry you're on and then go to 328. Alex's sanity begins at 60, which means 1/5 of their total is 12. Charlie's sanity begins at 50. Oh no. No, that's not right. On the character sheet shows Alex at 50 and Charlie at 60. So we're going to go with that. We're going to go with the character sheet. Which means 1/5 of the total is sanity is 10. These values may change throughout the adventure due to lesser sanity losses. If you ever lose more than 5 sanity points in a single instance, you trigger a bout of madness. Mark down the entry in and go 329. All right, geez, that's a lot. So in def insane 328. Temp insane 329. 425, 28, 29. Okay, they're all kind of together. It's possible to trigger several of the above conditions simultaneously. If this occurs, resolve the conflicts in the following manner. Prioritize prioritize resolving damage before sanity. Okay. Prioritize reaching 0 hit points over resolving major wound. Prioritize reaching 0 sanity first, which basically cancels out indefinite sanity and or bout of madness. Okay. I'm not going to write that down, but we've noted page 7. We might have to come back. Almost done with this. This is a very short getting started section, which is great. The entries are numbered consecutively from 1 to 371. Hold on a second. There we go. Note, keep a record of the entry numbers you go to, as you may have to backtrack at certain times. Knowing which entries you have followed is important. Okay, good. All entries present information the same way. The entry number is written in large bold numerals. Details describe the scene or brief comment on the section. After that, the entry might instruct you to go to a certain entry, ask you to choose an action, or roll a die, which all have different outcomes. The parenthesized number or numbers at the end of each entry are trace numbers, showing the entry from which you may have come from to have arrived at the present entry. That's always very, very helpful. Allowing you to backtrack if necessary. Occasionally, you may encounter the phrase, "the end." This signifies that your investigator is doomed and the adventure is over. They have used that same phrase since the 1980s. Sometimes it means you have won, of course, but not very often. If you failed in this attempt, reset your log sheet and try again. All of my games become part of the canon of my game world, so usually I only play them once. So, most likely I will not be playing this again. Let's get Charlie out. We got Charlie here. Okay. Starts somewhere in the Forgotten Wilds, where pine needles carpet the forest floor. Something stirs, alone against the static. Wind whips around the black hills to places where bears, rabbits, and birds never visit. The trees of the surrounding forest shiver. Beneath the moist earth, something wakes. Shifting from beneath the soil, it erupts in silence from the ground. Its emergence reverberates throughout the wild. Far off, a wolf howls in mourning for what will soon pass. It pulls itself from the darkness and breathes. It blinks. Take your choose an investigator sheet, roll 3d6 and multiply the result by 5 to determine their luck score and write the result down. Here we go. Ooh. I'd rather just have a luck. Oh no. I dropped a die, but it didn't go far. Wish me luck. Doom! I'm gonna sing the Doom song now. Doom, da, doom, 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 doom. Oh, not bad. Not great. 11. That's 55 luck. Ugh. I could have asked for more. Let's write this down. 55. I have doomed myself. I got a pile of paper here. Let's get rid of because it's just irritating me. We're starting at entry 1. To begin your adventure with Alex, go to 1. To begin your adventure with Charlie, go to 2. 55, not bad. Yeah, 55 is not bad. Yeah, yep, 6 and 5. Doggone it. I had a 6, a 3, and a 2. So it could be much worse. Bzzz. That's a weird start. Bzzz, Alex mutters absent-mindedly, opening and closing the car's electric window for the 10th time in 2 minutes. You grit your teeth. You only just got back on the road after your truck stopped braking. Alex has already fiddled with every button within reach. You're left to steer the car and navigate using a ridiculously oversized map. Ah, yeah, before GPS was very common. Alex gets bored of the window, sighs, and turns to you. Can you just let me hold the map? Yeah, give her the map, dude. No, I can do this just fine, you reply. Okay, so this is broken marriage already, it looks like. The two of you already missed one turn off this trip because Alex lost track of your route. It's better for you to just take care of everything. It is late afternoon on a rural back road deep within the Black Hills. The sun is high, but the air is cold. Tall pine trees and rolling valleys stretch as far as you can see in every direction. Crisp autumn air drifts in through Alex's open window. Then you hear an electronic buzz for a moment. Suddenly it appears again. On and off. On and off. You bite your tongue and keep silent. Alex turns on the radio. You hear a harsh screech of static as they start scanning through different frequencies. This is all pointless. You're way out of signal range. The only song you could pick up is a heavily distorted Neil Diamond signal. To ask Alex to stop, go to 83. To just ignore the sound, go to 96. Oh, this is a tough choice at the beginning. I'd kind of like to actually try to save these people's marriage. Forlorn and whimsical sounds, that's his traits. That sounds like somebody who is going to just let it go. So we're going to go to 96 and ignore the sound. Zip, zip. Here we are. You ignore the droning radio and do your best to focus on driving. Alex shifts about in their seat. They fidget, read out passing signs, and make minor small talk. You remember to answer every question with more than a single word. All right. We're trying. Dr. O'Brien told you both that communication was the most important part of a relationship. You were skeptical. Okay, Charlie's not bright, apparently. What is his intelligence? 65. That's pretty good. You were skeptical, but Alex seems happier after just a few minutes of conversation. The two of you joke about watching for a wandering deer that might suddenly stagger out in front of your car. At one point, Alex presses her hand against your knee and squeezes affectionately. You can't help but smile. Not far now, you say. Sweet, we didn't start this with an argument. That's awesome. Good, I can't wait to stretch my legs. You continue deeper into the forest. The little road you're on winds erratically, dipping up and down as it weaves between hills. The sky gets lost in the branches of pine trees. As the evening shadows lengthen, you feel cold seeping in from outside. Go to 103. 103, right here. The sun gradually sets. Your car's headlights cut into the darkness, revealing a road ahead just a few feet at a time. Finally, they drift over the front of a cabin, reflecting off two windows on either side of the front door, glaring back at you like watchful eyes. You pull up and park. This is the cabin from Evil Dead, isn't it? Finally, Alex sighs, stepping out onto the gravel driveway. You haul yourself out of the seat, stretch your back, and walk around the trunk to get your bags. It's cold here. The cold night air seizes around you like a vice. You weren't expecting it to be this chilly. Are you hungry? Alex asks while you try to keep from shivering. Make a con roll. If you fail, tick touched by the cold on the log sheet. Oh. Okay, con. Let's get dice out of the way. We got percentile dice. Make sure we got the right ones. Our character's con is 70. That's respectable. Cabin in the woods. That could be that one too. 84. First fail of the night. Hooray. Damn it. All right, make a con check. If you fail, we got a tick. Touched by the cold. Oh, these are in alphabetical order. Perfect. Touched by the cold. Check it off. To say that you're hungry, go to 105. To say that you aren't, go to 111. Let's say we're hungry. I mean, it's night. We've been driving for quite a while. 105. This is an interesting start. It's very, very just light. Super light. I like that. Please. Burgers? Alex smiles. Sure. You drag the bags to the cabin and unlock the door. You stick one hand inside, feel for a light switch, then flick it on. Alex peeks inside and nods approvingly. Wow, super cozy. Go to 327. You die! Never ask for hamburgers in the woods. 327. 327. The cabin isn't very big. Your brother Mark, who owns the place, really exaggerated how luxurious it was. Is there a hot tub? Please let there be a hot tub. There's only one main room with a double bed, a chest of drawers, and a corner set up to serve as a kitchen. This is exactly what my mom and dad's, where I live now, what their house was originally like. It was just one big room with an attached garage. It had a loft for the bed, and that was it. Um, there's only one main room with a double bed, a chest of drawers, and a corner set up to serve as a kitchen. There's no microwave. Both the oven and stove use gas. You see two doors, one leading to the rear of the cabin, while another leads to a tiny bathroom. And a bathroom. There was a tiny bathroom here, too. As still is. You just know, it's going to be freezing in there. Well, is there a stove or a fireplace? On the opposite, on the wall opposite the bed is a TV and VCR unit sitting on top of a cupboard. Yeah, there's probably no like television channels. The whole cabin is lit by muted yellow bulbs. It's not dark, but it's not quite light either. I bet my brother Mark set me up. We're all gonna die. The sight of the bathroom reminds you that you've just spent several hours driving. You excuse yourself and dart inside. Ugh, you didn't ask her if she wanted to go first? Come on, Charlie, man. While you're washing your hands, you catch sight of yourself in the mirror. There are bags under your eyes. You stop and sigh. A weekend getaway. Is this really going to solve all your and Alex's problems? No, it's not. To feel confident about the weekend, go to 124. To doubt this vacation will fix your relationship, go to 126. You know what? We have to approach this confidently, even if our character's not particularly confident. He's forlorn and whimsical. But you know what? Maybe a miracle can happen. And one weekend in the woods can save my broken marriage. All right, feel confident. We're going to try to feel confident about this, at least right now. If we start arguing all the time and it just turns into what it used to be, then yeah, it is what it is. But we know we're going to try. We're going to try to make this work. There's no sense in brooding. You came here for a reason. You love Alex, which he does. You want to make this work. You can spend all day guessing how things will end up, but it won't change anything. All you can do is be the kindest and most loving person you can. Whether or not that will be enough is out of your hands. Man, I hope these two make it. I'm probably going to die horribly. I usually do in these. You walk out of the bathroom, smile, and try cracking a joke. Woof. Sorry, I've been holding on to that one since we left Pierre. Alex snorts, but you catch the slightest hint of a smirk. They're standing in the kitchen chopping up vegetables. You walk over and do your best to help. Before long, you're both seated at a small dining table eating together. Alex is not saying much. It's difficult to tell what they're thinking. Make a psychology roll to gauge how Alex is feeling. This is interesting. I could see you doing a whole scenario using Call of Cthulhu rules just about just boring life stuff. Let's see. Psychology. I think my psychology is pretty good. Psychology is 60, so that's not bad. Come on, dice. Give me a break. 50. Sweet. I made it. If you succeed, go to 127. Alex is confused. That's the only time they ever go quiet. You watch them pick at their food half-heartedly. They're probably turning things over in their head, just like you are. As much as you want to blurt out questions, to talk things through, you force yourself to keep silent. Oh, I'm glad I made this roll. Oh, psychology. I need to check it off. Hold on. Is there a place to check these? Just in case I survive. I think I've survived 2 of the Call of Cthulhu games I've run. And some people have ended up in jail. Boring life stuff, sanity check. Yeah, but it would still be kind of interesting, you know? I mean, you wouldn't put it as a Call of Cthulhu thing, but the rules are so versatile for Call of Cthulhu and BRP that you could use them for almost anything. But I'm enjoying how this is really just boring life stuff to start, which I think kind of is I like that. Sorry. Um, Alex doesn't like that kind of direct conversation. If you start asking questions, you'll probably just annoy them. The best thing you can do is just relax. Focus on doing the things you enjoy as a couple. It will remind them of how good things can be. That's the best way forward. But I'm wondering if that's the most honest way. These two probably shouldn't stay together. It sounds like they're very different people. Go to 234. Oh, there's some kind of creepy looking pictures coming up. 234. Hey, do you want to watch a movie? You ask, making sure I'm in the right place. Alex hesitates. The two of you used to fall asleep to movies almost every night when you were first dating. Alex chews the idea over for a moment, then nods. Sure. You take the dishes over to the sink and wash them up while Alex brushes their hair, sorry. When you're done, you head over to the TV unit. The TV unit. The TV set is what we used to call it back in the 90s. It's a relatively cheap model from the late 80s sitting on top of a dusty VCR player. It must be pretty small. TVs were so heavy. I mean, super heavy back then. You switch both on, then open a cabinet beneath, looking for videos. Mark sure likes scary movies, you say, looking over the titles. 15 different tapes, and you're sure that covers pretty much every major slasher film of the last decade. God, none of these looks good. Aren't there any comedies? Alex asked from the bathroom. Make a spot hidden roll. I do like a lot of these rolls for like not very important stuff. So we're glancing around. My spot hidden is a 65. Come on, come on. 13, success. Awesome. All right, all right, all right. We're moving forward here. Moving forward. Made the spot hidden. So if you make a spot hidden, succeed, go to 131. The horror from beneath the VCR scratches at you. All right. 131. As you're leafing through the tapes, you notice something at the back of the cabinet. You reach inside and pull it out. It's an empty slipcase for a VHS tape. It's flimsy. Someone has scrawled a title on it with a title on it in black marker pen. The Flowers in the Stream. You incredulously read the name aloud. What's that? Alex asks, coming out of the bathroom. Empty case. We should have stopped at a video store. I think these are all bootlegs. Alex walks over to you. They're smiling. Maybe they did some soul searching in the bathroom too. Is the tape still in the VCR? They ask. I wouldn't have thought of that either. You lean over and press the eject button. There's a whirring of mechanical internals, and then the unit spits out a tape. Aha! Alex says, stepping forward to pull you into a hug. Thank you, Charlie, they say. They rest their head on your shoulder for a second while you stand there holding the tape, sighing. I love you. Aw. Check tick the flowers in the stream on the log sheet. All right. It's a good thing, not a bad thing. I need a better place for the log sheet, I think. Because I'm having to move too much stuff every time I have to use it. What am I checking here? The flowers in the stream. The flowers in the stream. Check. We're going to just move the log sheet. I don't like any of these places. We're going to put it right there on my left. Okay. To respond lovingly, go to 135. To change the subject, go to 137. Let's respond lovingly. We're trying to reboot our marriage. We're trying to get it back where it was. And I get how hard that could be. And it can be impossible. 135. We're going to respond lovingly. You smile at Alex before replying. I love you too. The two of you stay quiet for a moment afterwards and enjoy the silence. Then you bustle over to the VCR and get everything ready. Before long, the two of you are set up in bed, looking towards the TV, with the tape paused and ready to go. Ready to start? You ask Alex. They nod. Lights, camera, action. Go to 145. This can't stay like this for long. It just can't. It's Call of Cthulhu scenario. Oh, I just saw another part of a picture that I didn't care to see. 145. When the film begins, the screen is black. There's faint music, but no opening credits. Then the screen cuts to blurry footage that is clearly recorded on a handheld camera. Wow. Is this one of Mark's home movies, you ask? Alex laughs, then reaches for the remote. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a second, that looks familiar, you say, pointing at the TV. Alex hesitates. On screen, you see a wall of tall forest trees. Leaves and pine needles crunch under the feet of whoever's filming. The camera pans across the landscape, creating a blur of greens and browns. Suddenly, you spot Mark's cabin, standing alone in its little clearing. A dull red sedan is parked out front. That's Julie's car, Alex says. This must have been after the wedding. That was me. The camera's shaky. Wind rushes against the microphone, causing a brief flurry of horrid scraping from the speakers. There's movement near the red car. A woman, Julie, is taking bags from the trunk. She's smiling. Yeah, Alex says. This must be at least 5, 6 years ago. Julie turns as the cabin door opens. Mark steps out. Wait, who's filming? Mark steps out, walks over, and takes one of the bags from her. They smile and exchange unheard words. You sit bolt upright. What the hell? What's wrong? It's only Mark. Yeah. So who's filming? Alex stammers and blinks. On the screen, Mark and Julie go inside and close the door behind them. The camera zooms in towards the window. The picture is a grainy blur of colors. You see movement in the cabin. The camera zooms even closer. Then harsh wind picks up and howls through the speakers. The image smashes to a slurry of loud static. White noise booms out into the room. The sound drills into your skull. You feel like it's going to make your head explode. Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. All right, 145. Put a little box around it. And we're just marking it, 145. Okay. Make a sanity roll. All right. Here we go. Sanity is... I don't really like how they do sanity. I used to like the little thing that your sanity, you can mark different numbers. And now it's just a number, a space, and whatever your insanity is. So there's going to be a lot of erasing here. Our sanity is 60. Let's see how we do. Oh. That's so dumb. Let's look that up. When an ad break is about to run. Ads manager. Chat countdown timer. That's bullshit. What time is it? Okay, there's going to be an ad every 30 minutes then. Okay. We're taking a break right now for ad if anybody is still watching. Stream display ads. 15-second ads during the video. I don't know if ads are working. That's a good question. Last ad was 28 minutes ago. Okay. Are we back? Can you hear me now? So they're going to do ads every 30 minutes or so. Okay. Oh, I just want to turn them off. Thank you. Jam, thank you so much for letting me know. Did it cut off before everything happened or when I started reaching for my dice? Because there was the question of, what's the last thing that you heard? And I will go back slightly in this. Before the dice, just before the dice. Okay, fantastic. So that was actually a decent place for an ad. Thank you for letting me know. We haven't made the roll. I haven't done anything yet. Our sanity is 60. I kind of complained about the character sheet, but that was about it. Questioning who is filming. Yeah. Okay, so who's filming? Here, we'll reread the last paragraph then. On the screen, Mark and Julie go inside and close the door behind them. The camera zooms in towards the window. The picture is a grainy blur of colors. You see movement in the cabin. The camera zooms even closer. Then harsh wind picks up and howls through the speakers. The image smashes to a slurry of loud static. White noise booms out into the room. The sound drills into your skull. You feel like it's going to make your head explode. Make a sanity check. Alright, so here we go. I rolled a 20%. That is a success. If you fail, lose one sanity check. Tick unsettled on a log sheet. To cover your ears, go to 154. Oh. So I don't lose a sanity check. I don't check unsettled. I'm going to scramble for the dial and turn it down. 158. Because I don't think Alex is going to be enjoying this any more than me, and I can either that or cover my ears. And I think making sure that we got to turn this crap off. This is awful. All right, so every 30 minutes around the next ad shouldn't be till like '07 or maybe '09 or maybe '06, '05. You dart from the bed, grimacing at the ear-splitting noise. You switch the dial and kill the TV. Alex is sitting on the bed with their hands clapped over their ears like a dope. What? That was one of my choices. Sorry, it's only a remote for the VCR. There's no volume control. What the hell was that? You ask angrily. Alex shrugs. I don't know. Mark and Julie came out here with someone else? Alex laughs. I don't really want to think about what your brother and his wife might get up to when they're out here. You roll your eyes. That was creepy. It was like a peeping Tom. Well, we know it's not. Alex gestures at the TV cabinet. Why would Mark and Julie have the tape? Alex is not stupid. She's a thinker. If broken heart is checked on the log sheet, you cannot stay calm. You must go to 160. I don't think it is. Log sheet, here. Broken heart is not checked, so we haven't got a broken heart yet. Okay, so this is interesting. Because the way this is going to be written, it's going to be two separate adventures, one for each character. And that's interesting. That's interesting. Anyway, sorry. If to get frustrated with Alex, go to 160. To stay calm, go to 174. We are going to stay calm. Deep cleansing breath. It doesn't matter. This isn't us. It's weird, but who cares? The door has a lock. We're good to go. You shake your head and take a deep breath. Awesome. You're right. It's stupid. Let's just forget about whatever the hell that was. You still want to watch a movie, Alex says? Sure. Whatever's fine. One of those schlocky flicks, you say. Alex gets up. My pick? Your pick. Alex smiles and looks over the tapes on the table. Ooh, this is a good one. You lean forward to look at the tape that has a guy wearing a pumpkin on his head on the cover. I think even you'll like it, babe. Somehow I doubt it, you smile. No, seriously, Alex says, and slips the tape from the case. It's about this guy who's a writer, and he drives up to this secluded town in Maine, right? Alex hits eject on the VCR. And anyway, the TV set blares to life. It bellows static through the cabin. Thunder is scraping and coughing, bounces off the walls. You thrash and cover your ears. Alex is swearing, but you can barely hear it. The TV falls silent, and with it all the lights in the cabin go dark. The power is out. Go to 193. Oh man, we were doing so well. I mean with the relationship, not with survival. All right. I find all this very interesting, this very slow lead up. I love that. Alex? Alex? You ask in the dark. You ask the darkness. Yeah? What was that? I think the power's out. You hear scrambling in the darkness as Alex shuffles along the floor, one hand touching the wall. They flick the light switch several times. I thought this place was on solar power. That's what they said. Maybe something's broken. Do you think there's a backup? No idea. I guess we'll need to go into town tomorrow and call Mark and ask him. Great. You press your fists against... Oh, I switched people's name. I switched them here. I don't know who's talking. They're kind of going back and forth. I guess it doesn't matter. Great. You press your fists against your brow. That's just great. Your heart is still racing after that last burst of noise. You take your hands away from your face, but it doesn't get any lighter. It's pitch black in the cabin. Go turn on the oven. It's gas powered. That'll give you something for a few seconds. You feel anxiety start to build in your chest. If either broken heart or blame game is checked, tick on the log sheet. You cannot lean on Alex for support. Nope. Broken heart, blame game. We've done okay to start with, I guess. You must go to 207. To lean on Alex for support, go to 205. To give up and go to sleep, go to 207. Let's lean on Alex for support. Hopefully it won't be too much and she won't get all upset with us. So we're off to 205. That was really loud, you say. You can hear a waver in your voice. Alex clearly does too. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. You hear approaching footsteps. Then the bed frame creaks as Alex crawls onto it. In the silence following the outburst from the TV, even the slightest sound rings deafeningly loud in the quiet. You feel Alex cuddle up close to you. I'm sorry, Alex says. Don't be. Don't worry about the TV. We'll fix it tomorrow. If not, we can just go hiking instead. You murmur softly in agreement. Alex wraps an arm around you. You feel their breathing on the back of your neck. It slows quickly and fades into a gentle rumble of sleep. Wow, she sleeps fast, like Linda Belcher on Bob's Burgers. The sound is steady and calming. Before long, you drift off too. The only sound that disturbs you is the faint creaking of pines, echoing softly through the Black Hills. The end. No. Go to 34. Oh my. So my guess is we're going to be woken in the middle of the night by something. 34. Oh no! When you wake up in the morning, you are alone. You stir in the bed and sit up. Babe? There's no answer. Oh no! This is bad. The only sound is the wind outside, carrying with it a gentle morning bird song. You get up and cross to the kitchen. There's a note taped to the clunky refrigerator, which is not working. We don't have any power. Which is written in familiar handwriting. Sorry again. Just want this weekend to be special. Gone to town to get help fixing power. Back ASAP. Love you. You set the note down. Looks like you have a few hours to yourself. So our choices here now. We can go eat some breakfast or go for a brisk walk. We're going to go for a brisk walk. We're going to walk before breakfast. Because in real life, that's what I do. So that's going to take us to 37. Outside, the air is fresh, the sun is warm, and the sky is mostly clear. You fill your lungs with the scent of moist soil and pine trees. You take a few steps forward and peer down the driveway. It weaves away into the woods. The trees are so thick here that you'd probably have a better chance listening out for cars than looking for them. You turn and head down a walking trail just by the cabin. The earth has been worn smooth by the hiking shoes of innumerable visiting families. The forest grows thicker around you as you walk. Unseen critters skitter past in the underbrush. Birds move through the branches above, calling out and making pine needles rustle. You come across a blueberry bush just by the trail. Oh, yeah, let's pick some blueberries. So we can pick blueberries or just continue our walk. We're going to pick some blueberries. That'll be nice. 38. You squat down and pick berries from the bush. Their flesh is weak. Juice spills off and stains your fingers purple. You're about to lick them clean when you hesitate. Blueberries are safe to eat, right? It wouldn't be a good look to accidentally poison yourself first time you set foot outside the cabin. Make a natural world roll. Oh no, I guess I should have left these blueberries behind. They're not safe. Natural world is 40. That's not bad. Alright, let's see what happens. 84. That is a fail. It's fine. It's going to be fine. If you fail the roll, go to 104. I should have left these damn things. It's Call of Cthulhu. Don't eat anything. What harm could a few berries do? Plus, you're at least 90% sure you know what kind they are. You lick clean the residue on your fingers and pop a handful more into your mouth. What do they taste like? Are they any good? Are they nasty? Before you leave, you pick a final bunch to fill your pockets. You stand up chewing and continue down the trail. You feel a gentle flutter in your chest as you go. You wonder about the day before, about the long drive and your relationship. Then you think of the howling television static. You fold your arms and continue walking. It's hard to keep that image out of your head. You keep your eyes on the trail and force yourself to focus on the now. That's the best advice you've received. Focus on the now. Off to the left, you hear running water. Check ticked survivalist on the log sheet. All right. Survivalist. I don't think that's good. Where are we? 104. To investigate the sound, go to 44. To stick to the trail, go to 49. Let's go. I want to go see the stream. If there's a stream nearby, that would be kind of cool. 44. We're going to take a drink before we continue on. The end. LOL. Yes. You return to the cabin. You're poisoned and you die. The end. Alex never finds your body. 44. You step off the trail and stride through the forest towards the sound of running water. The ground is uneven, so you steady yourself on the trunks of nearby pines as you go. You walk for a little while until the sound of the water gets louder. I thought it was closer. You crest a small ridge and discover a bubbling stream just on the other side. The water's rushing downhill fast, heading south. It's clear and fresh. The trickling sound is melodic. If flowers in the stream is ticked on the log sheet, this place reminds you of something. You must go to 48. Okay, it is. I'm pretty certain flowers in the stream. We watched that. The flowers in the stream. Okay. So we have to go to 48. We could make a drink from the water or sit for a moment and enjoy the serenity. I wonder if that'd give us sanity back. 48. You flinch. The black marker label on the videotape that played just before the TV blew up jumps to mind. The flowers in the stream. Looking at this stream, the flowers at its bank and the leaves drifting down on its current, the memory of screeching static rings in your ears. This feels like a King in Yellow thing, like a mnemonic kind of thing. You lift your eyes from the water and look around you. There's nothing unusual here. Just the trail at your back and the lonely pines all along the length of the water. You are alone. Go to 49. Body taken away. Jamin Johnson says body taken away by the critters of the woods. That would be creepy. That would be awesome. It's time to keep walking. You refocus your mind and head determinedly down the trail, further down the Black Hills, and deeper into the forest. It's a pleasant hike. Sunlight filters through pine branches and casts up dancing shadows all about you in the cool morning air. I should have left a note before I left. And I wouldn't have thought of it either. I would have just gone for a walk. I didn't expect to be gone this long. After half an hour or so, you feel nature calling and step behind a tree to pee. You're fumbling. There's something you rarely see in a role-playing game. You are fumbling with your clothes when you spot something. Ahead, off the trail and nestled in a narrow valley, is a dilapidated wooden shed. To investigate the shed, go to 56. To ignore the shed, go to 79. Let's investigate. 56. Almost anything that tells me to investigate, I'm going to want to go do. Because that's the name of the game. Take another sip. Throat's a little scratchy today. Our Guinness is gone. So, that was... I usually drink one... I don't know what you would call it. Guinness isn't really an upper tier beer. But I usually drink one nicer beer whenever I'm socializing like this, and then I move on to like Miller Lite or cheap beers, cheaper beers, just because it just feels wasteful to drink a whole bunch of really good beer, at least for me. It's nice and light, and kind of subtle after the Guinness. 56. You step through the small clearing where the shed leans lopsided against a rocky, moss-ridden mountain wall. It's not large, maybe half the size of Mark and Julie's cabin. It's made entirely of wood. A rotting piece of pine serves as a makeshift door that's only just still hanging from the frame. The place looks like nobody has been here in years. You step closer to the shed and put your hand against the door. It swings in slowly and easily. The shed is dark inside. You see the faint, shadowy blotches of furniture hidden in the gloom. If the nyctophobe is ticked on your log sheet, the darkness makes you nervous. Go to 80. It is not. We're double checking all this. To leave the shed behind, go to 79. To step inside, go to 57. Let's go. In for a penny, in for a pound, right? What is happening over here on this other computer? I think I looked something up and I left it. I've been trying to just kind of keep the stream going over here just in case. Alright, so we're heading for 57. The only light in the shed comes from the open door and a few cracks in the uneven weatherboard walls. There's no windows. It's like this place was designed to be gloomy, or a trap, or a prison. Coffee and cookies here, says J.M. Johnson. Oh, they're right there in the back. I'll just reach in. Oh, no! You see a small workbench, a wall-mounted cupboard, and a stack of cardboard boxes. The rest of the furniture is mildewy and unremarkable. The floorboards creak beneath. There's floorboards. The floorboards creak beneath you as you walk across the room. Depending on your choices, you may return to this entry several times. Select an option you have not already chosen. All right, so let's circle 57 because that's the shed. We'll even mark it shed. All right, so we have some options here. To search the cupboard, go to 58. To look over the bench, go to 62. To rifle through the boxes, go to 65. To leave the shed, go to 78. Let's start with the bench. That way, if somebody shows up, I'm not like rifling through their stuff immediately. So 62. The bench is laden with a collection of tools. None have been touched in years. They're covered in a greasy dust. You see a dull gray hammer. Perhaps it could be useful. There's also what looks like a specialized miniature screwdriver set. Um, I'm not going to take stuff out of the shed. It's got to belong to somebody. But I can examine the screwdriver set. So we will look at the screwdriver set. You take the case and open it. It's full of tiny drivers. The heads are bizarre and strange shapes. Your mind whirls. What wondrous secret purpose must these tools be for? What tiny instrument were they complicit in the functioning of? What strange mystery have you stumbled upon? Your mind races as you consider the possibilities. Seriously, though, it's just a set of tiny screwdrivers. You have no idea what they're for. Check tick toolkit on the log sheet. Toolkit. Okay. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. If tech support is ticked on the log sheet, you suddenly realize the screwdriver set's purpose. Go to 76. Go back to 57. Okay. No idea. Tech support's not been checked. So, not sure what those are for. Let's search the cupboard at 58. Why not? The cupboard hangs precariously from a dilapidated wall. It is a stressful forward tilt gripped by gravity. You see a few rusted nails securing it in place. I don't know if I even want to touch it. You carefully open the door. Within are two little shelves, both lined with videotapes. Okay, that's unsettling. They're home tapes, like the ones Mark had, with white stickers on the front marked by black Sharpies. Yeah, but is it the same handwriting? The tapes are all caked with moss and spiderwebs. Make a spot hidden roll to search through the tapes. Yeah, let's try a spot hidden. Spot hidden is still 65. That's creepy. I like that a lot. 65 on the dot. Alright, I'm pretty jazzed about that. Sorry. I saw the 6 and I was like, ah. And then I saw the 5 and it was awesome. If you succeed, go to 59. We did. You notice an empty space in the row of tapes where one is missing. You reach out and take the tape next to it. It is a little less damaged than the rest. Maybe it will still work. The black marker title reads, The Quiet in the Evening. You take the tape and tuck it away. All the videos have weird names. You note a few. The sun with the trees, hoping it erupts, the way she moves in the night, and the cry of the children. You narrow your eyes, anxiety rising, and gently close the cupboard door. Check tick the quiet of the evening on the log sheet. Oh no. Okay. The quiet of the evening. We're getting a lot of ticks, which I don't know if is good or is bad. Go back to 57. Let's look through the boxes. This is all very, very uncomfortable. But we're going to search everything. I guess I should have taken the hammer. The boxes are wet and caked with mildew. You open the flaps on the topmost box. The cloying smell of rot hits your nostrils as soon as you touch it. Inside is a pile of black clothing. You pull the first article out. The smell gets worse. The clothing is all long and hooded, and each is about the size of a bed sheet. Good Lord, that's huge. That's a frickin' robe. These are robes. This looks like something somebody would wear in one of Mark's stupid slasher films. To keep searching through the boxes, go to 66, otherwise go to 57. We're going to keep searching. Is there a cult up here? You move the topmost box aside and open the next one down. This one has been more successfully protected from the elements. Inside is a collection of dirty glass jars, a long dagger in a leather sheath, and a handheld camcorder. Dun dun dun! Dun 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 dun. Depending on your choices, you may return to this entry several times. Select an option you have not already chosen. Okay, this is actually very cool the way they're doing this. We're going to mark 66. The first time you read this entry, if unsettled is ticked on the log sheet, you must go to 67. Unsettled is not yet checked. Although I'm feeling quite unsettled myself. We got a few choices here. To look at the jars, go to 68. To pick up the dagger, go to 69. To examine the camcorder, go to 70. I want to pick up... Let's look at the camcorder first. Okay, yeah, we're just going to look at the camcorder. The clunky handheld recording device makes you shiver. Was this what filmed the video you watched last night? The device is maybe 4 or 5 years old, but it's decayed significantly. It must have been left here to rot right while it was brand new. To press the button and see if the camcorder works, go to 71. To put it away, go back to 66. 71 it is. You press all the buttons on the camcorder, but nothing happens. The battery's almost certainly dead. You can feel something rattling around inside, probably another tape. The eject button is jammed, though. Check tick tech support on the log sheet. Oh, I bet that's what those screwdrivers are for. Ooh, it just went all blurry. Tech support, check. We're going to have to go back and look at those screwdrivers again now. That's a little bit of player knowledge, but if toolkit is checked, it is. On the log sheet, you remember a useful item that might help. Go to 72. That's what the screwdrivers are for. You head back over to the cupboard, grab the screwdriver set, and turn the camcorder over. You try to dismantle it to get the tape out. Make a mechanical repair roll. Oh no! I bet I failed this one. Mechanical repair is a whopping 10%. Let's see. I can push this roll. So, 10%. Okay, it's 10%. We're at 72. 74 is big old fail. If you fail, go to 74. If you fail but wish to push the roll, you may roll a second time at risk of damaging yourself and the tape. It's 10%. I'm not going to make this roll. But I really would try to get it. So we're going to try to push. We're going to try to push the roll. 10%. 10%. I don't believe I can use luck points on a pushed roll. You can either spend luck or push the roll. I don't think I can do both. You cannot spend luck on a pushed roll. I don't want to do this. I could wreck the camcorder. You know, the damn thing's probably already broken. 51. Another fail. All right. If you fail the pushed roll, go to 75. I hope I don't hurt myself. You fiddle with the screwdriver set for a while, but don't make any progress. You can't get purchase on the screws, and your hand keeps slipping. Eventually, you get frustrated. This guy's got a temper, and it's not listed on the character sheet, which I think it should be. Eventually, you get frustrated. You shove the screwdriver into the jammed button with all your strength. The plastic chassis of the camcorder snaps open. The screwdriver crushes the cheap plastic of the tape and cuts straight through the bottom of the recorder into the center of your palm. You drop the camcorder and stifle a howl, gripping your hand. The camcorder is ruined. Tape is ruined. Your hand is bleeding a lot. Make a note of this entry number as you may need to return to it. Okay. Camcorder. Take 1 damage. Hit points. I'm down to 12 hit points. Check tick red-handed on the log sheet. Oh no. Somebody's going to show up and be like, why are you messing with my camcorder? Dude, it's broken already. Go back to 66. Alright, 66. Alright, let's pick up the dagger at 69. That's great. I'll pick this dagger up with a bloody hand and probably get tetanus. The dagger is bigger than it first looked. The blade is about the length of your forearm. That is not a dagger. That is a freaking short sword. You remove the leather sheath and look at the glistening steel. You see a reflection shadowed in the gloomy half-light, staring back at you. Wow, that is shiny. The weight of the dagger feels good in your hand. You feel an urge to take it along with you. To take the dagger, check tick razor sharp on the log sheet and make an occult roll. Yeah, well, I'm going to take it. I don't want it out here. Razor sharp, razor sharp. I'm going to end up murdering my wife. Occult. I don't think I have any points in occult. Occult is a whopping 5%. 51 again. Alright, so that's a big old fail. If you fail, go to 362. The end. You stab yourself repeatedly in the chest, making a sacrifice to the static. There's an end on one of the entries. Nope. You see your distorted reflection in the dagger's blade. It makes you think about funhouse mirrors, like the ones at the tourist beach you visited as a kid. You never liked it there. Go to 66. Alright, we're going back to 66. Let's look at the jars. 68. This is an investigative game. You pick up one of the jars. Each contains a viscous black substance. The stench of urine is immediate and overpowering. You set the jar back down, disgusted. Go back to 66. Okay. To leave the boxes alone, go back to 57. We're going back to 57. We've looked at everything. We have the dagger. Let's write that down. I wonder how much damage it does. I can use this as a weapon. I don't think it'll help me any, but, you know. Yeah, I guess we can leave the shed. Let's go to 78. That's enough of that. You step out of the little shed and back into the forest. You wince in the harsh light of the sun and let your eyes adjust. You make your way back to the trail and continue the hike for about a half an hour. Then you turn and head back home. Go to 84. Okay. LOL, says Jam Job. You're laughing at me for cutting the hell out of my hand? I'm a loser. Oh, we're probably going to have an ad come up here shortly. Let's, hold on. Let's open Creator Dashboard real quick. Monetization? Ads. What the hell? Mid-roll ads, pre-roll ads. We don't. I disabled pre-roll ads. It says I do 3 minutes of ads per hour at the 30-something minute mark. Allegedly. What is this? It doesn't show any ads between the 30 ads break up during the stream with adjustable heads up time. They never tell me when I'm having an ad, which bothers me. Upcoming ad break notification. That's on. Ad notification in chat. Let's turn that on. And that on. Save changes. Alright. Maybe that'll help. Okay. I was right. Okay. Let me know. We're pausing for an ad. 84. Have we read 84 yet? No, we haven't. So we're waiting. I will enjoy a nice meal. Upper left says Max Writer's taking an ad break. Ah, damn it. It doesn't say it for me. It says I clicked it for mods. Upper left. That's so annoying. Taking an ad break, singing the song 'cause we're taking an ad break. Let's see. I feel like there should be a big thing on your own screen or somewhere, anywhere, that says, you're taking an ad right now, so blah 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 blah. Alerts, what is this? Hype train alerts, channel points. No. The stream is starting to feel like a movie. Got some popcorn now. Yummy. Okay, so we're back. See, I didn't get an alert anywhere, which is which is annoying. Anyway, moving on. We're back. We're back. We're to 84. Appreciate your hanging out, Jam Johnson. And appreciate mostly letting me know when there's ads on, because I don't understand why they don't tell the person that's running the stream, but I'll bitch about this another time. All right, so we've left the shed. We've decided to head back to the cabin after another walk. You crest the rise that leads back to the cabin. The sun is high in the sky. It's late morning, soon to be afternoon. You sigh. There's no sign of the car, and therefore you're probably still without power, or your partner, for now. You head inside. Everything's well lit by the late morning glow. No problem. Info for future streams. Yeah. I got to figure out a way to be alerted of that. You head inside. Everything's well lit in the late after morning glow. You change out of your walking clothes and leave them on the bed, then head into the bathroom to shower. That's going to be a cold shower without any power. And as a matter of fact, how are you going to shower with no power? The water's coming from a well, which be run by a pump. So I really doubt that you're going to be able to shower, realistically. If occupied is checked, no, it's not. Ticked on the log sheet, you remember a minor detail. You must go to 86, otherwise go to 87. A minor detail. What? Clean my hand? 86. We're going to 87, though. Oh, gosh. The shower. No, wait. I don't remember what music they played in Psycho. I watched as I was a kid. We're going to take a quick break here. When I was a kid, I was in my early teens, and I'm flipping through. We had Cablevision, and when I lived in Fayetteville, North Carolina, I'm flipping through and I see a movie, and there's two people are talking in this room with all this taxidermy stuff in there, and I was like, what? And then she goes into her hotel room and gets in the shower. I was like, oh. And it turned out to be the shower scene from Psycho. And it was like, I could never shower again. Because that's the kind of kid I was. Everything was real. Water cascades into the waiting tub below, filling the room with a constant low drizzle that is almost like white noise. Okay, one, there's not going to be any hot water. Because even there might be a little in the hot water heater. Two, there's not going to be any pressure because you don't have any electricity to do the pump unless you've got some kind of a tank up the mountain somewhere that fills up and then allows, which would be smart. But this isn't in a city where the water is always on. Anyway, sorry. Okay, we'll start again. Water cascades into the waiting tub below, filling the room with a constant loud drizzle that is almost like white noise. The pressure is lousy without power to the pump, but gravity does most of the work. How? Thank God the water heater is gas-powered. Again, if there's no electricity, the gas isn't going to know when to turn on and off, though. I don't think. You wash your face and scrub clean the pores of your nose. You turn around in the shower to scrub your back. You pause. Just ahead, the door to the bathroom is wide open. You're certain you closed it. You shut the shower off and step out, grabbing a towel and wrapping it around you. Honey, is that you? You call out, but there's no reply. You stand in the empty cabin. Nothing. You're alone. Make a sanity check. Okay. One, I always lock the door to the bathroom when I'm in the shower, even though I don't really need to, unless I just leave it open. And two, fuck this. Alright, my sanity is still 60. Good. 25. Success. Fantastic. I do like that the sanity roll takes me to different places, which is kind of cool. So we succeeded, so we're going to 88 instead of 89. Even though you're still warm from the shower, you shiver a little. You shove the anxiety down. The door probably swung open on its own. Seems like everything in this cabin is a little faulty. Time to get dressed. Go to 91. Yeah, there's your best defense for sanity checks. Denial. You stretch. Roll your head around a few times to work tired muscles. Then head over to the bed and open your suitcase. You purse your lips and consider how you're feeling. To put on jeans and a t-shirt, click practical on the log sheet. Or to put on warm, soft track pants and a sweater, click comfortable on the log sheet. Choose either option and go to 93. I think we're going to check practical. It's daytime. I want to look nice for the wife, not like a lazy bum who's just going to lay in bed all day. Um, so we're going to check practical. And we're going to go to 93. Freshly dressed, you feel renewed. Now, what to do with the afternoon while you wait for your partner to return? Hopefully you have a solution. Hopefully they have a solution to the power problem. So here's the deal. I haven't even eaten yet today, except for a few of those poison blueberries or whatever they were. To make some food, go to 94. Okay, it's thinking about. To search for flashlights and batteries so you have light for when it gets dark, go to 95. To try and restore the power yourself, go to 368. Fuck, that's tough. I kind of want to restore the power myself, but I don't know anything about electricity. There might just be a breaker that went. No, it's solar powered. The place is solar powered. We're not on the grid. But it's Call of Cthulhu, so that could kill me. Let's look for flashlights and batteries. I'd like to be prepared for tonight. You know, there was a heavy-duty flashlight in the car, but it's gone now. What do you have here in the cabin? Right now, when the sun goes down, you'll be left in the dark. Okay, but it was late morning when I showered. It can't be more than noon now. We've got like 5 or 6 hours, hopefully. Make a spot hidden roll. Alrighty. My spot hidden still. No. There it is. Oh, these are black dice. So when they fall on the floor, it can be kind of an issue to find them. 65 for my spot. 65 for my spot hidden. Here we go. 19. All right. Spot hiddens have been pretty good lately. I'm very happy about that. Where were we? 95. If you succeed, go to 97. We're about at the end of this piece of paper. 97. In the cupboard beneath the sink, you find a little plastic container with a mini flashlight in it. You switch it on. It works, but the beam is weak. The batteries are probably dying. You look for spares in the pantry, the bathroom, and in the bedside tables. Eventually, your gaze settles on the TV cabinet. You cross the cabin to the television and perch on your knees in front of it. You open the cabinet and scan over the videotapes. You move some of them aside to look deeper into the cabinet. In the dark, right at the back, you find a blister pack of batteries. Yes! They must be kept there for the remote control, but they fit the flashlight. Jackpot! You swap the batteries out. The beam becomes much stronger. Click check fully charged on the log sheet. Huzzah. Now see, I'm liking this, and I'm thinking that at other points we're going to be like, if it's clicked fully charged, you blah 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 can see, or whatever. If well fed is check tick on the log sheet, you're bored. You must go to 108. Now, to cook some food, go to 94. Bingo bango. Let's cook some food. We'll make enough for both of us. Well, if I had the choice, I'd make enough so we'd have some leftovers. There's no microwave, but we can always warm them up in the oven. Okay, we're at the top of the page again. 94. You head to the kitchenette. You're glad the fridge and stove are powered by gas. How is a fridge powered by gas? I mean, come on. I don't think... Is there such... Okay, we're looking this up. Hold on. Gas-powered refrigerator. Okay. Propane refrigerators. They exist. But they probably still need electricity in order to work. Hold on. I hate to blow holes in this, but does a gas-powered refrigerator require electricity to work? Non-electric, gas only. Easy freeze gas refrigerators are completely non-electric in operation and use either propane gas or natural gas to freeze and refrigerate foods. Okay, I stand corrected. I don't understand how they could work without electricity, but yeah, there we go. You cook up a meal and then enjoy it alone at the little dining table. Check well fed on the log sheet. All right, we've been well fed. Well fed. We're not well rested because that's not checked yet. I guess we can take a nap. Then we'll be ready for the horrors of the tonight. Oh boy. What time is it? 4:18. Jeez. Okay. We'll probably be coming up in another ad break in 10 or 15 minutes. If survivalist is checked, ticked on the log sheet, your stomach growls. Oh wait. You must go to 102. Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna get sick. 102, those damn berries. I should have left them alone. To eat and enjoy the food, go to 106. To pick at your plate unenthusiastically and worry about your situation, go to 107. So we have to go to 102. After a few minutes, your stomach rumbles. You feel something rancid bubbling in your guts. You think back to the berries you ate in the forest and curse your adventurous appetite. You stand and head for the bathroom. You spend the better part of the next hour emptying your bowels. Ah, oh no, it's not coming up, it's coming down. When you're done, you return to the cabin. If fully charged or running on empty is ticked on the log sheet, you're bored. And you must go to 108. All right. Fully charged, we've got. So we're going to 108. All right, so new rule in Call of Cthulhu: never eat berries. Never. Mm. Suddenly, the telephone rings. They could run a telephone line up to the cabin. All right, 108. Let's see. You can't think of anything else to do in the cabin, and restlessness is creeping in. For a while, you lie on the sofa and read an old beat up paperback from a shelf in the corner. You think it's pretty good, but a little flowery and overwritten. Not to mention how grating prose written in the second person can be. Ah, that's what this is. And he's right. Second person. When I try to read a book and it's like you do this and this happens or whatever. All right, make a listen roll. Our listen is 60%. 70 is a fail. All right. Wait a minute. If you succeed, go 110. If you fail, go 113. If you fail but wish to push the roll, you may roll a second time at the risk of missing a critical detail. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to push this. We have 60% to listen. 83 is another fail. Man, pushing is not doing well for me. I failed the push roll. We're going to 112. Nature sure is noisy. You can't focus on your book. Suddenly, you remember the portable music player you brought. You get up and go digging around in your suitcase until you find it, then walk back over to the sofa. You smile, put the headphones over your ears, and recline with your eyes closed, napping to the sweet sound of alt rock. You sleep for a while. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I feel like Ralphie when he broke his glasses. Oh no. Oh no. The cabin is on fire around you. You forgot to turn off the stove. 139. You're on the couch for a long time. You fall in and out of sleep. You try to read a little more, but the book bores you. Eventually, you stir and blink and blink the sleep from your eyes. The sun has set. Heal 1 point if you've lost any so far. Sweet. I have lost 1 point from. That's very generous of the game. Jesus. From freaking. I did that in grade school on this hand. I was trying. Okay, so I was doing a magic act for our class. We were having a talent show or something stupid in fourth or fifth grade, and I had this thing where you put cards in, and there was a way that you could shove something sharp through the cards. I was using a pencil, and I couldn't get it through, and I pushed and pushed, and I moved my hand like this and went right into my palm. I was like, oh no, and blood, and you're in fourth, fifth grade, and everybody's like, oh no, what is happening? Sorry, 139. Oh, uh, click, check, tick, well rested. I feel that's a good thing to be well rested. Um, at least that means I did get to click well fed before I freaking sat in the toilet for an hour. Go to 142. It's dark. Clouds cover the sky and the moon is hidden. You lay on top of the bed for a while, listening to the wind. Why am I on the bed now? I was on the couch. Listening to the wind shaking the branches of the pines all around. Every few minutes you think you hear your partner arriving back. Every time, you're wrong. When you walk around the cabin, you use your flashlight to guide your way. After a few hours, you make yourself a sandwich and eat it in the dark. While you chew, there's a knock on the door. It's a single knock. Suffocating silence follows it. To ignore the knock, go to 183. To answer the knock door, go to 176. I'm not going to ignore it. What the hell? You been in my cabin? You set the sandwich aside and swallow. You walk to the door, the flashlight guiding your way. Hello? You ask. You open the door. Darkness. The flashlight spreads a cone of dim light out into the night. The wind and the cold wash over you. Make a note of this entry number, as you may need to return to it. Alright, we're noting 176. Make a sanity roll. Our sanity remains 60. 60. Yeah, that's a ticket. 10%. That's super success. That's not quite an extreme. Where are we? 176. If you fail, roll, lose 1 sanity. If lumberjack is check ticked on the log sheet, you spot an item you found. You must go to 187. Blah, blah. To dismiss the noise as an accident on the wind, go to 181. To wait a moment longer, go to 178. 178 it is. Although in real life, I probably would just lock the frickin' door and hope that I have my dogs with me. Better take another sip. It's cold, and the wind is picking up, and it's louder out here than you realized. You can't make out any individual sounds. It's just one long howl. It sounds like solid white noise, like howling, screeching, static. Make a sanity roll. Okay, our sanity remains 60. 16. To try to run, I just saw that because I looked in the wrong place. I didn't like that. If you succeed, go to 180. Unpleasantness, coldness. You see nothing else. At least nothing worth thinking too hard on. You head back inside. Go to 181. You close the door. You didn't realize how cold it was until the slight warmth of the cabin returns. You go back to the kitchen and sit dejectedly before what is left of your sandwich. Later, you follow the flashlight back to bed and get under the covers, rubbing your arms and legs to stay warm. Upon the cabinet at the foot of the bed, the television turns on. The power's back. To start turning on lights, go to 184. To inspect the television, go to 185. I'm going to turn on the freaking lights. 184. Let me guess, they don't work. Oh, what is this picture? Oh, there's no caption. Okay, 184. You reach across the bedside lamp and flick the switch. Nothing. I knew it! You get out of bed and use the flashlight to find the light switch on the wall. Nothing. You cross the cabin and step into the bathroom. You flick the switch. Nothing. Nothing. Just the TV, tuned to the VCR, displaying slightly illuminated black. To inspect the TV, go to 186, which we had to do before. There could be multiple breakers. Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell myself. Yeah. It's quiet. The VCR is purring. The TV is dim. Depending on your choices, you may return to this entry several times. Select an option you have not already chosen. Mark in 186. I'm guessing the dagger's like on the kitchen table. Maybe I tucked it under the bed. If the quiet of the evening is checked, tick. The quiet of the evening. The quiet of the evening is checked. You must go to 187. Alright, so we got to go there first. Or if the couple who came to the cabin is checked. That one's not. That's odd. Go to 196. To play the tape from last night, go to 208. To leave the TV alone, go to 223. We're not doing that. Look at all these numbers that can get me here. There's like a dozen numbers or more. So we have to go to 187 because the quiet in the evening is checked. You produce the tape you found in the dilapidated shed. The title, written in black marker pen on the label, reads "The Quiet in the Evening." You take the tape to the television set and sit on your knees to reach for the VCR. To play the tape, go to 188. To change your mind and put the tape away, go back to 186. To play the tape, go to 188. My other things at 186, I could go back to 187, I guess. I could play the tape from last night, or I could leave the TV alone. No, I want to see what this one is. We saw the tape from last night, and it was at the end of it was like, and no. You insert the tape and press play. The screen flutters for a moment. Then the sounds of the forest come in. The tape looks to have also been made with a handheld camcorder. The person recording. Oh, the couple who came to the cabin is probably the freaking tape I ruined. Sorry. The person recording is looking at a campfire. Flames are licking around a wet log. The sizzle and crack of wood merges with the rustle of surrounding trees. We probably have about 5 minutes till an ad break. I'm hoping it'll tell me. There we go. There we go. So I've got. Gosh darn it. I've got the. I have two computers. I have this big desktop that I use for this kind of stuff and for gaming, and I've got a laptop for everything else, and they're both running this. And so I'm hoping that one or the other will be like, what I need to do is make a new Twitch account with another email address, and then I can watch with that, and it'll tell me when ads are coming up. Okay, this is a long one. All right, you insert the tape and press play. The screen flutters for a moment. Then the sounds of the forest come on. This tape looks to have been made with a handheld camcorder. The person recording is looking at the campfire. Flames are licking around a wet log. The sizzle and crack of wood merges with the rustle of the surrounding trees. After a few moments of this, you hear a voice. It's a man's voice with a strange sing-song tone that reminds you of adult presenters on kids' television. It's so nice and quiet here at night. It's so nice and quiet here at night, the voice says. You're pretty sure it belongs to whoever is holding the camera. Alone with my thoughts, not a care in the world, I must say. The banality of this lonely self-talk creeps you out. The camera jolts to the left. It is now centered on the tree line, right on the edge of the light from the fire where the forest plunges into darkness. Hello? The man says. There's nothing but the quiet crackling of the fire. Hello? He stands up. He walks closer to the forest. Is someone out there? Faintly, somewhere in the dark, you hear the muted sound of shouting. What did you say? The cameraman calls. Again, the muted sound of yelling. The cameraman stands staring into the dark for a few moments longer. Then hastily he turns the camera down to face his boot-clad feet, strides back to his camp, and crawls into his tent. Panting, he quickly zips the entrance flap up. The tape ends. So this is a found footage story, is really what this is. To rewind the tape and raise the volume to try to hear the muted voice, go to 189. To eject the tape, go back to 186. 189 it is. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh my god. He's going to hear somebody calling, Alex! Alex! That's my prediction. You rewind the tape, watching as the images flash in reverse before you. You stop at the part where the man turns the camera towards the forest. You crank the volume up to max. Hello? The man says. You hear a very quiet voice yelling out in the dark. Hello? He stands up, because it's going to be a lot louder now. He walks closer to the forest. Is someone out there? Make a listen roll. Oh, man. I could push this roll, too. What is my listen? I haven't done a listen. It's 60. I haven't succeeded a listen roll yet. Come on. I don't know why I'm blowing dice. 61. I am going to spend a luck point to make that a success. This feels super important. If you succeed, go to 190. 190, it's right here. You strain your ears. The reply is faint, made in a haggard voice. Oh my god. It's eating me. What did you say? The cameraman calls back. Again, the haggard, horrible, screaming voice replied, It's eating me! The cameraman stands, staring into the dark for just a few moments longer. Then hastily he turns the camera down to face his boot-clad feet and strides back to his camp and crawls into his tent. You hear the distant voice call out one last time, Help me! It's everywhere! I can't hit... The tape ends. And the last word is spelled H-E-A. Close your eyes and listen, JM says. Yes! Okay, make a sanity check. Obviously, yes. Our sanity is still 60. We're holding firm so far. We're doing okay. 56 is a success. Holy crap. We're close, but no cigar. If you succeed, go to 191. You feel a cold knot in your stomach. You swallow against it. You eject the tape. You manage to hold yourself together, but only just. Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. All right. 191. Sanity. We'll call this eating me. Lose one sanity. Well, there we go. We broke through. We're down to 59 sanity. Go to 186. Yeah, that was well done. That is disturbing. We do not have the couple who came to the cabin. I'm pretty certain that's the tape we destroyed. That sucks. Let's put the tape in from last night. I don't know why we would, but I feel like we're probably going to have an ad coming up here shortly. I'll try to keep an eye on chat. If you can let me know when it happens. All right, 208. The tape from last night is still sitting in the little cabinet. Yes, put the tape in. It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. Call it morbid curiosity. If this is a different thing, it's going to be awesome and terrifying. But call it morbid curiosity or just a desire to understand what is going on. I got to get this down. But you take up the tape and slide it into the VCR. You turn the volume all the way down. You don't want to repeat of the speaker blasting static from last night. Okay, that's smart. You press play. The tape begins from where it left off the night before. Static. Thunderous white noise muted by your fingers on the volume dial. Thunderous white noise muted by your fingers on the volume dial. That's a fragment. That's a weird sentence. Then the tracking on the tape flickers. Jagged white and silver lines horizontal across the tape. Okay, yeah. It looks like the tape had more footage to show when you turned it off last night. Click tick familiar face on the log sheet. Alright. Familiar face. So we're waiting for an ad. You know what? I'm gonna fix this chair. This chair has the most uncomfortable fabric on it. I hate it. So I've got a couple of towels on it, but they always move all around and make it very uncomfortable. Oh, you can't hear me, so it doesn't matter that I'm saying this. Alright, boom. Nothing's here. It doesn't tell me there's an ad break. Nothing is here. Okay, wait a minute. Does Twitch tell the streamer when there's an ad break? There's nothing in the chat. This is so stupid. When live streamers use ad manager, no. You can set when your ad runs. It shows when they're coming. When they're running, no, it doesn't. And back. Oh, awesome. Thank you, James Johnson. I got nothing. I got nothing in the chat that said there's an ad coming up. I got nothing on the screen or on this screen. So I'm going to have to set up a secondary account just to watch. I guess. Let me check one thing real quick under alerts. No, we already looked here. There's nothing. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to set up a secondary account. I mean, it's ridiculous I have to do that, but okay. So, where'd we last left off, JM? Did you get Did you get us looking at the old tape again? And did you get the whole thing with us checking off familiar face? Ooh, we can adjust the tracking on the tape, or we can let the tape play on. I'm going to adjust the tracking, but... Oh, not yet? Wait, not yet. Not yet back? Help me out here. 4:39. The stream only is 20 more minutes long. You didn't put the tape in. All right, so we're going to reread that. We're going to reread number 208. The tape from last night is still sitting on the little cabinet. Call it morbid curiosity or just a desire to understand what's going on. But you take up the tape and slide it into the VCR. You turn the volume all the way down. You don't want a repeat of the speaker blasting static from last night. You press play. The tape begins from where it left off the night before. Static, thunderous white noise muted by your fingers on the volume dial. Then the tracking on the tape flickers. Jagged white and silver lines horizontal across the tape. It looks like... It's dogs. It looks like the tape had more... It looks like the tape had more footage to show when you turn it off last night. Click familiar face, which we did. To adjust the tracking on the tape, using the VCR controls, go to 222. This is a bad idea. I can bet money it's going to call for a sanity check, but that's what we're going to do. Or just let it play, go to 209. I'm hoping adjusting the tracking doesn't, wreck the tape. You fiddle with the track buttons, watching the jagged silvery lines drift up and off the screen. They reveal the image of a man's face close up. He isn't looking at the camera. He's fiddling with something beneath it. You realize he's setting up a tripod. The camera is recording it. He bobs down out of frame, and you hear him adjusting the tripod legs as the camera looks behind him, across a clearing with a campsite into the woods. Between the trees stands a tall, shadowy figure, pixelated, but humanoid and dark. Then it's hidden behind the guy who's fiddling with the tripod, smiling as he walks into frame. He's wearing a fluorescent hunting jacket and a beanie. I think I might have a picture of him. He stands back and looks at the camera, then smiles and turns to the clearing. He set up a little campfire and tiny two-man tent. He squats by the fire, snapping sticks in half and tossing them into the flames, while looking at the camera. His lips are moving. The thing you saw between the trees is no longer there. To adjust the volume so you can hear what he's saying, go to 210. Yeah. No. I want to hear what he's saying. We're going to go to 210. You turn the volume dial, and his words become clear. Out 5 days, I think? He looks up and around at the pines on the edge of the clearing. It's beautiful. Slender Man in the woods. That is kind of what it feels like. No, but Slender Man can't be taped. When you ever aim your camera at Slender Man, it goes, and it just is gone. But it's something like that, no doubt. It's beautiful. I'm expecting my friends any day now. The man stands up, looking down at the fire. Flames are keeping me warm, keeping me prepared. He turns to the camera again and then gestures to his tent. Gets cold at night. I think soon, though, that won't matter. Okay, that's weirdly ominous. He moves to the tent and unzips it. He sticks his head and arms in and forages around for a few moments. He comes out of the tent holding a manila folder, the kind you see people store documents in at offices. He walks back to the camera and takes a seat in front of it. The frame is tight around his face. The figure looks directly down the lens, right at you. He says something, but it's too soft to hear. To rewind the tape and turn the volume up, go to 213. To leave the tape running, go to 211. 213 it is. That's totally what I would be doing. You rewind the tape. You turn the volume up. It's uncomfortably loud. You press play. You see the man walk back towards the camera and takes a seat in front of it. He's so close you can hear his breathing. He looks directly down the lens right at you. This is the blessing of the child, he whispers. Now that he's up close, you notice something weird about his eyes. He has a little series of pustules sprouting around the rim of his eyelid. Almost directly along the same spot where his eyelashes grow. They vary in size, but look sore, yellow, and wet. If veterinarian is checked, on the log sheet, you remember a similar ailment, you must go to 212. No, I haven't seen any animals up here. Go to 215. This is the blessing of the child. 215. This is worse than Slender Man. Maybe. I've always wanted to write about Slender Man, but I believe he's copyrighted now. We're at 4:43. We've got about 15 minutes. I don't think we're going to finish this unless I come to an abrupt end. The man holds up the folder and smiles. Everything here, just as yesterday. Everything I wrote down after that first dream. He puts the folder in his lap, out of sight, and looks down. You hear the folder open and papers rustle. "I'll read it again," he says. "Words that came to me in my sleep." He smiles at the camera, proud, and gestures to the clearing behind him. "This exact spot. I saw it every night. Every single night." He's giddy now. He looks down at his papers and begins to read. "It comes in the face of those it has taken, those it has brought into the fold. By the light of the sun it is hidden, clad in the skin of the familiar." He clears his throat, then continues. "By night it walks free, a student of the earth, of venom and cure of the forest. Drawing from deep in the soil, these black hills are its flesh today. Every tree is its hair. Its followers are those dictated by the rule of time. MacLeod, Homer, Olivia, Darcy." He pauses here and points excitedly to the paper. "That's me," he adds, then goes on reading. "Marcus, Charlie, Alex, Rachel, Isaac." Darcy pauses. He looks directly at the camera. "Charlie?" he asks. "Alex?" He leans in close to the camera. The entire screen, now just his eye, riddled with pustules. "Are you coming home?" The screen smashes to white noise and the room fills with crackling static. Sorry. "Make a sanity roll." "Yes, please." Oh, my sanity's down to 59. We're at 215. Make a sanity roll. 59 or less. 58. Holy crap, I just made it. 15 minutes cliffhanger, says J.M. Johnson. And OMG, I just failed. But we succeeded with the sanity check. Yeah, that... I love that I can... Actually, you know what? I love that this is dealing with like camcorders and I can fiddle with the camera and play around a little bit. Alright, so we're going to 214. We made our sanity check. Whew. You shove your fingers in your ears and smack the stop button of VCR with your elbow. That's exactly how I pictured he would do it. As soon as he said, fingers in the ears and smack the stop button, I was like, how? Is he doing this? Boom. Thank you. Excellent camera job. Thank you. The cabin falls silent again. The television set sits there, glowing quietly. You remove your hands from your ears, but your heart is still thundering in your chest. His words. How did he know those names? How did he know you? Go to 186. This is excellent. Even if everything goes pear-shaped and I die, like in the next 5 minutes. This has been excellent. This is some nice, messed up coolness. Oh, here we go. The recording. There's our guy. Come on, focus. Oh, nope. Get rid of the glare. That's got to be our guy, our fire guy. That's him. 186. I'm glad I'm writing these down. It's quiet. The VCR is purring. The TV is dim. We've done everything. We do not have the couple who came to the cabin checked, so we couldn't get that videotape. It's wrecked. The couple who came to the cabin. So we can't do that one. I'd like to. We've played the tape from last night. We're gonna go to 223. We're done with the television set. Some of these pages just have an elder sign on them, which is kind of cool too. All right, 223. I'm enjoying this very much. This is excellent so far. 223. You turn away from the television set and cross over to the bed. You sit down and try to avoid looking at it. You can use the TV for light at least, so you can hear it. I just turned the volume all the way down. You can hear it humming ever so softly. To head to sleep, go to 255. To step out onto the porch and look one last time for the return of your partner, 224. Yeah, 224. Much as I want to just lock the door and hide away. Heck yeah, excellent job. Thank you. You follow your flashlight beam to the cabin door and open it. It's dark and cold outside. The wind drifts past the clearing in front of the cabin, down the driveway to the road hidden by the forest. You shine your flashlight left, then right. There's no sign of your partner. You're obviously being optimistic. If there were any cars out here, you'd hear them a mile out. Make a listen roll. Oh no, that's a D20. Where's my other D10? Here we go. All right, listen. Listen to 60. 63. Let's burn the luck. I don't allow luck burning in my games. You succeed or fail. But the fact of the matter is, 3 points of luck will bring me down to 51. Um, Alone is different from a group because somebody's going to potentially make the roll. Um, and I also like having that whole "you're doomed" thing going. So we succeeded. We're going to 225. We're still just above 50%. So we got a 50-50 chance if we need a luck check, which I hate. You hear rapidly approaching footsteps. They're getting closer fast. You spin around and raise your flashlight. It falls on the shadow of a man running in your direction from the tree line. Your eyes widen as you make him out. Middle-aged, large jacket, face set in a determined snarl. He's sprinting for you with murder in his eyes. I can yell for him to stop, or I can dart inside and close the door. We will do the latter. We're going to 226 to dart inside and close the door. Your feet skid on the wooden decking as you dive for the door. The sprinting figure is right behind you. Can you make it in time? Make a dex roll. What is my dex? 60. Damn it. Everything is 60. Oh. Yeah, if a guy came rushing out of the woods who I didn't know, like, yeah, I am trying to lock the door behind. 40. Yes, we made it. Fantastic. Make a dex roll. If you succeed, go to 227. You lunge back into the cabin and slam the door shut, hastily locking it. A half second later, you hear the stranger slam his full weight against the cabin door. The collision is loud. The door shudders beneath him as he begins to beat his fists hard against it. The door begins to shake. He's trying to break in. To try to secure the door, go to 237. To find something to defend yourself with, go to 241. To try to hide, go to 239. We're going to try to secure the door. Okay, I could grab the knife. I have the freaking dagger. No, you know what? There's almost no furniture in this stupid house. There's a couch. We're not doing 237. I'm going to go for something to defend myself with. That's 241. You search around for something, anything to defend yourself with. Okay, so if in case of emergency is checked on the log sheet, you remember the heavy weapon you found. No, I don't have in case of emergency checked. Almost nothing on the left side is checked here. No. If razor sharp is checked, ticked on the log sheet, you remember the sharp weapon you found. And you may go to 243. That would be, yes, razor sharp. That's the sacrificial knife. If close at hand is checked, which is not, you turn towards the axe you remembered to bring inside. To improvise and grab the closest thing in his hand, go to 245. We're going to go to 243. I've got the sacrificial dagger. You have a weapon. You hurry over to the pile of clothes you wore earlier on your jog, rummaging through them, and draw out the long, beautiful dagger you found in the shed this morning. This is a bad idea. To wield the dagger, go to 253. Yeah, hell yeah. I've got a pretty good brawl. 55. It's above average. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Wow. Some of the pictures on this page. Okay, so this is not good. That one is entitled The Battle. And this one is entitled The Aftermath. Yeah, I'm pretty centered. I did pretty good there, getting it where it needs to be. All right. 453. We got about 10 minutes, a little less than 10 minutes. 253. You grip the hilt of the ornate dagger. It feels powerful. You feel powerful. You make your stand just by the door, brandishing the knife. You're ready. A few seconds later, the door bursts open and the stranger steps through. He charges right at you. Oh, check, tick, knife. Oh, no, knife to a gunfight. This guy has a gun. This is bad. This is bad. Go to 259. This could be it. We could be just done here in the next 3 minutes. I did not want to fight this guy. The stranger's bigger than you. He is crazed, wild, and violent. He thrashes with empty hands at the air around him as he crosses the room in large, rapid strides, closing the distance. Okay, so to try to get out of the way, go to 262. What is my dodge? My dodge is a 30. To attack him as he approaches, go to 260. We're going to attack him. If a guy breaks into my house and comes at me and I have a knife, I'm going to try to cut him. So, We're going to go to 260. You lash out at the stranger. Make a fighting brawl roll. If red-handed is checked, damn it, it is. I think red-handed because I cut my hand. But I healed that point of damage. Come on. Okay. If red-handed is checked on the log sheet, your wounds add a penalty die. That sucks. Alright, so penalty die. That is not good. That is not good. Where are we at? We're at 260. So we got to roll 55 or less with a penalty die. I already see a 70. A 70 and a 90, actually. So 95 is what we missed. If you fail, go to 274. This is bad. Combat in Cthulhu is always going to be bad. Wait, let me make sure I'm going to the right place. 260. If you fail, 274. It doesn't say the end in this entry, so that's... Even in an inferior position, the stranger's too fast for you. He whirls about and your attack swings wide. While you're recovering, he snarls, lunges, and drives his fist into your gut. You crumple up and stagger back. All the wind has been immediately knocked out of you. I don't know if you've had the wind knocked out of you. I had it done once in my life. No, twice. But once that was like in the last 10, 15 years. It is bad. It feels like you're going to die. The stranger bellows in celebration. You steady yourself, then look up to see him approaching you again, fists flailing. You realize with a start that during the scuffle, the two of you swap positions. You are now between him and the door. There's no way you're staying. You spin around and sprint away from the cabin, out into the woods. The stranger's howls of fury grow fainter as you vanish into the night. Make a note of this entry number. You may need to return to it. Okay, 274. Take 1d4 damage. Okay, he punched me. And he's big, but apparently not super big. Let's see how bad this is. I have 13 hit points. That means 6. 6 or better is a major wound. I took 1. Sweet. So I'm back to 12. That's not bad. Okay. That's not as bad as I thought it would be. 274. Go to 298. This is why I write down each entry. Also to do role-playing journal later. And I don't know if you're on yogsathoth.com or if you can get on there, but I do put these up eventually there. I write this up as a story. I also have a Patreon. I think there's a link somewhere around. You dash out into the night. 4:56. We're going to have to end very soon. You dash out into the night, running as far and as fast as your body can manage. The cold air burns your lungs. The surrounding trees sound alien as they rustle, making you all the more terrified. Every few minutes, you emerge from the trees to a section of dirt road. You keep praying that you'll see your partner's car arriving, but deep in your soul, you know it won't come. After almost an hour of mad flight, you come to a crossroads. You recognize it from your journey up to the cabin. You're not sure which direction leads to the highway and which leads deeper into the woods. The forest seems inescapable. Make a navigate roll. Oh no. I don't believe I have any. Oh, I do have 20% navigate. Oh, this is not good. Yogg is a great place. If you're there, look for my blog. It's under Max_writer, I think. It's probably the most recent blog is one of mine. But I write all these up. 35. It's going to cost me 15 points to succeed on this. That's a lot. I think we're just going to... No. Let's go to success. We're going to burn 15 points. God, that's a lot of points. That's going to put me down to 36. But my marriage was failing anyway, so let's just get out of here. You pick one pathway and follow it. Oh, I'm regretting that choice. Even after hurrying on for what feels like ages, you can't tell if you've made the right call. The flashlight you carry is the only way you can see your surroundings. The only thing you can tell is that the forest is quieter here. Eventually, you start to tire. I thought it said you start a fire, and I'm like, why? Why would I do that? You're also getting seriously cold. You lean against a tree and catch your breath. If well rested is ticked on the log sheet, your previous rest bolsters your strength. You must go to 300. Hell yes, well rested is 300. So I don't pass out. You're thankful that you took some time to sleep earlier. You're rested enough that you don't feel as though you need to stop for too long. You wait for just long enough that your legs stop aching. Then you get up and continue on your way. As you walk, you realize that even if you had picked the wrong way, as long as you're headed away from the cabin, it's still good. When the sun rises, you'll be able to reassess and begin to find your way back to civilization. For now, you just need to put distance between yourself and the chaos you escaped from. Go to 302. Yeah, can I get away, though? Pine needles and dirt crunch under your feet as you walk. You make progress, but with every step, you feel yourself growing wearier. You need to find somewhere to rest. Maybe some high ground would be good, or should you look for a grotto? Anywhere sheltered would be best, right? Just as you spot a cluster of trees where it looks like you'll be able to rest and stay dry, you hear a faint hiss from behind you. What was it? Static? Was this sound static? Adrenaline surges through your system. To investigate the sound, go to 303. To run like hell, go to 308. We're going to 308 and running like hell. Oh no! No! You don't stop to think. You take off at a sprint and race into the forest. You resist the urge to call out for help because you know that none is coming. Ahead of you, moonlight just barely reveals a jagged pathway littered with sharp rocks and treacherous tree roots. You try your best to avoid them. If running on empty is ticked on the log sheet, your flashlight falters. You must go to 309. Ha, it's not. If fully charged is checked on your log sheet, it remains lit. You must go to 323. Fully charged is checked. Yes, we might survive this. I don't think our partner's going to, but you got to take the oh god. You got to take the bad with the good. 323. I just saw another picture. Here, I'll show you the picture that we saw. Yikes, it's called The Inviting Hand. I have a feeling that's the bullet I just dodged. Without light to guide your path, you'd almost certainly break your neck running down over the uneven ground ahead. You silently thank your lucky stars that you stopped to add extra batteries to your flashlight. You dodge between hazards and leave the sound of static behind you. After a minute or so of mad dashing, you can hear nothing but the rustling of forest pines. Just as you're about to stop to catch your breath, you suddenly break through the trees and emerge, blinking, into a large moonlit clearing. Without the pine trees hiding the light, you can see much more clearly. Here. The clearing you've wandered into isn't very large, but somebody has still set up inside it. You see a small tent next to a dormant fireplace. Maybe you found help. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's dude's campsite. If familiar face, damn it, or wrong turn is ticked on the log sheet, you recognize this campsite and must go to 266. If broken heart is checked, it's still not. You may choose to find safety without your partner. Go to 366. Otherwise, go to 275. I have to go to 266. Familiar face. I recognize the campsite. It's Crazy Guy's campsite. A sense of deja vu washes over you. This campsite. It's the same one. You hear a rustling from inside the tent. Your noisy arrival clearly woke up whoever's inside. A sing-song voice calls out, "Hello?" Your stomach sinks. You recognize that voice. The tent flap unzips, and the same man steps out. He's even wearing the same clothes. We're going to run a little over, I think. He looks towards you, hesitates, then nods. You notice that his eyes show no sign of surprise. To respond to the man politely, go to 335. To respond to the man aggressively, go to 286. Let's respond politely. I gotta get it. Oh my god, there's pictures. I gotta get out of here. Hello, you call out. You struggle to keep terror or anger from creeping into your voice. The man approaches you. He's smiling. Don't worry, the man says. He holds his hands up, empty palms turned toward you. It's okay. I'm your friend. His voice is small and falls eerily. His eyes are wide with excitement. You look around. There's nothing in the clearing that gives you any new insight as to what's going on. What's happening, you ask. You don't expect a real answer, but to your surprise you get one. I'm someone who can hear it, the man says, then lowers his hands. Hear what? The child. What? The child of the forest. You've heard it too, I know you have. When it weeps, it sounds like... when it weeps, it sounds like static, you say. The man smiles. Yes, I knew it. You have heard it. You hesitate. All right. If Alex is checked, ticked on the log sheet, it's not. Alex has indeed heard the static. Go to 336. If Charlie's checked on the log sheet, Charlie has indeed heard the static. Go to 285. Neither one of these is checked. I don't know where to go. I I didn't I didn't Okay, I don't know what to do. If neither is checked, what then? I guess we're gonna go. Dude, was I supposed to check myself? No, I'm Charlie. Okay, hold on. Copy. It might have told me to check Charlie at the beginning and I forgot. So let's go to Charlie, because those are our only choices. So 285. Um, Charlie, he says. You freeze. How in the hell do you know my name? The child told me. It. Weird, they both have the static, unless the static is something else, says Jam Johnson. Something. The static. Yeah, I'm guessing at some point I missed saying check your name. Maybe you're supposed to just check it when you start, and I missed that. We can look real quick here and see if it says check your name off. If you chose an investigate sheet, okay, to begin your ventures, Alex, go to 1. Charlie, go to 2. It doesn't say to check them, but I'm guessing that you're supposed to check your own name off. The child told me. It just wants a family, Charlie. That's what we can give it, all of us. The voice in the static, you ask? It wants a family? The child, yes. You may return to this entry several times and you select an option you've not chosen before. To ask what the child is, go to 337. To ask more about what the child wants, go to 338. To ask how the stranger knows all this, go to 339. To ask if the man you've seen To ask if he's the man you've seen around, go to 340. When you finish talking, select one of the following options. To tell the man he's talking nonsense, 341. To ask him how you can leave safely, go to 350. Well, let's just start at the beginning. We're going to go to 337. What is the child? Well, unless one of these sets him off and he attacks us. You keep calling it the child, you say. What exactly is it? The man smiles. Something ancient. I know, a strange name for one so old. I believe it was birthed from Mother Earth herself. It exists alone in the wild places of the world. Ah, damn it, ad. It's because we're running over. Alright, so what was the last thing? Well, I know I was stumbling with their names. Did you get... Hold on, what am I doing here? I've not been writing stuff down. That's bad. Oh, I'm totally lost now. 333. No, that's not right. 335. Hello? Don't worry, blah, blah, blah. Then we were Charlie. We went to 285. Sorry about this. 285. That's right. We went back to 285, and now I'm asking him questions at 337. Okay. Said Charlie's name. Charlie. Okay. You freeze. How in the hell do you know my name? The child told me. It just wants a family, Charlie. That's what we can give it. All of us. The voice in the static, you ask? It wants a family? The child. Yes. So it says we can return to the entry. To ask what the child is, go to 337. To ask what the child wants, 338. To ask how the stranger knows all this, 339. To ask if he's the man you've seen around, go to 340. When you finish talking, select one of the following options. To tell the man he's talking nonsense, 341. Or ask him how you can leave safely, 350. So we're going to go start with 337. 337. Asking who the child is. You keep calling it a child, you say. What exactly is it? The old man smiles. Something ancient. I know, a strange name for one so old. I believe it was birthed from Mother Earth herself. It exists alone in the wild places of the world. It's lonely and aching. If Alex is checked ticked, go back to 336, or if Charlie's 285. So I'm assuming, because it didn't give me a third option, to do something else. So let's ask what the child wants. That's 338. Wish these were closer together. The child, you say, it wants a family? The man nods. It's spent unaccountable years alone. It sees past, present, and future. It has tried so desperately to adapt to the technology of our world, but has failed. It just wants people to be with it. Here, in its home. He gestures around. We got to go back to 285. I need to mark 285 so we can more easily find it. We'll stick this there. To ask how the stranger knows all this, 339. It's a burden, this knowledge, the man smiles. I came to this place years ago. I brought my camera. I wanted to document the wild, but I found something far more important to document. Something was beyond comprehension. I found that the child could somehow manipulate the magnetic particles in my videotapes to show me visions of the future. He smiles wide, and so far they have all come to pass. The child exists beneath the earth, in the soil, in the trees, and in the pine needles at our feet. The power of the earth is all around and lets it smell and taste and touch any who encounter it, whether they have already or not. What do you mean, you ask? It sees the future? For the child, there's only now, and now is everything all at once. That's why it was waiting for you, he says. In my time here, the child has shown me many things, all stored in my tapes. I've kept them and labeled them and tried to categorize them as best I could. To ask the man, if he's the man you've seen around, go to 340. Are you the guy I've seen around? He pauses, thinking. It may have been me, or rather, a version of me. What? I've given myself to the child, he says. I'm in its family now. If it wishes, the child can take any form. Indeed, the child takes many forms, those of its victims past and future. Oh, victims, that's a bad word. Tell the man he's talking nonsense. Go to 341 to ask him how you can leave safely. Go to 350. Did we go to 339? We did. We did 339 and 340. 350. I bet we can't. How can I get out of here? The man furrows his brow. You mean leave? Yes, you say. I want to get out of here and go home. I never want to come back here ever. The man shakes his head. I'm afraid it's too late for any of that. The child's chosen you. It awaited your arrival for so long. You shake your head. I don't care. I'm not staying. You turn and make to run just as a familiar voice rings out. Wait! Uh-oh. If Alex is checked, if Charlie's checked, go to 280. Oh, I know who that is. I know who it is. Oh, no. If the child sees the future, it knows what I'm going to do. You spin around. There, standing on the edge of the clearing, is Alex. Their clothes are flaked with mud and dirt. There are twigs caught in their hair, but they're here. They're alive. They're smiling at you. Honey, they say, it's okay. To run to Alex with open arms, go to 279. To hesitate, go to 10. I will be hesitating. She had been gone all day. No. No. This doesn't say anything about his decision-making process. It's just like, no, you rise for the edge of the clearing. You can make it out if you're fast enough. You hear the warped sound of your partner's voice calling after you, but you don't turn to look back. Then, you hear heavy slamming footsteps approaching fast. You can't help but look back for a moment. You see that your partner's body is warped and deformed. Their skin has split, and horrid dark branches burst from their flesh. Propelled by those disgusting long tendrils, they surge towards you. You turn back and race for the tree line. If you can just get there and break free, you can leave all this behind you. Make a dex roll. My dex is 60. Oh my goodness. Hey, first time in the chat. Icky House of Cats. Hey, stop by to follow. It's been far too long without one. Run to her. You love her. No. That's not her no more. Something's gone horribly wrong. Dex roll. Here we go. 51, we made it! Holy crap! If you succeed, go to 360. Yes, I love her, but no. I made the right choice. Something's terribly wrong in this place. Yeah, I probably should have run to her. But you know what? Our marriage is on the rocks anyway. And, you know. Oh my gosh, this is still going. 360. You run through the forest. You jump logs, duck under low-hanging branches, definitely avoid. I'm probably gonna end up in jail when she disappears.
your marriage is on the rocks, and you're the prime suspect.
Definitely avoid the moss-ridden stones for a while. You hear the sounds of pursuit, but terror, rage, and anguish pushes you to run for far longer than you ever have before. Eventually, the sounds of pursuit fade. You keep running, tears streaming down your face. You run for hours. You only stop when the sun rises. By the light of the new day, you find your way through the trees back to the main road. You walk haggard for hours. Sometime in the mid-afternoon, when the autumn sun is beginning to dip, oh God, you are picked up by a passing trucker. He stares at you curiously and asks repeatedly if you're all right. You never answer him. You ask to be dropped in the center of town, but he drops you at the police station. Doesn't matter. It'll do. You head inside. Days pass in a blur of hospital visits, police reports, and soul sucking interviews with smiling psychologists who assure you they're only there to help. Search teams go into the Black Hills to try to find your partner. They don't find anyone, but you never really thought they would. They do eventually find your car. Even though it has your license plate, the searchers say it can't have been the same vehicle. It was rusted, covered in moss, and looked as though it had been abandoned in the forest for years. You find no reprieve even in rest. When you sleep, you dream only of the forest, the lonely trees, the wet soil, and the endless night sky. But there's a strange budding warmth in your belly that makes everything seem fine. Oh, oh. Somewhere out there is screaming, a chanting, the wind that unsettles the tree, the breeze makes the pine needles dance across the forest floor. Then there's the static, a cacophony of sound running together, blending to create a long, all encompassing drone. It fills your head, your very being. The static is all. Then suddenly, the warmth within your stomach explodes. Your flesh tears, yet there's no pain or nor blood. You watch in horror. Ah! As the gnarled branches of some ancient tree emerge from your stomach. All the while, twisted roots encircle your bones, crushing and cracking them. You try to scream, but only static emerges. As the static fills you and everything around you, the last thing you're aware of is the endless sea of stars above you. The cold stars, then darkness. Go to 354. I guess I deserved that. The darkness lifts. The light of dawn brings you awake. You don't recall how much time has passed. It might be years later, or could it be years earlier? Somewhere in the forgotten wild you stir. You see the ancient forest around you. The pine needles feel like carpet on the ground. It's all warm and familiar. The wind flutters through the black hills to a place where no bears, rabbits, or birds ever tread. The trees shiver in the final moments of summer, and beneath the moist earth, you shift. Dead branches and fresh soil fall away from you as you emerge, human again. You rise from the damp earth and breathe. You blink and hear the call of your master. The child awaits you. You've successfully completed the story and have been reborn to serve the child, as you will again and again, for all eternity. The end. Ouch. Okay, so hold on. I'm curious. We're going to cheat. I mean, that's it. That's the story. Honey, it's okay to run to Alex with open arms. I am just going to see you dash across the clearing. Oh my God, I've been so worried. You hold them close to you. Go to 242 if you don't have broken heart. I don't have broken heart. So we're going to quit. Wow. Woohoo, says Jim. Um, Ooh, I've heard this has been released. Yes. Hey, Roger. Hope I haven't spoiled it for you. This is just the very ending, and I'm curious what would have happened if I'd have embraced my wife. I don't have broken heart charge checked, so we can go to two. So we go to 242. This was really good. I think I don't know if you can win this one at all. Um, Everything's going to be okay. She says we're together. She strokes. You pull away. You don't have time for this right now. To ask about the car. We have to stay here, says Alex. Arrival was not checked. I know you're nervous. I'd like to explain, but I just don't think there's that much point. I'll just show you. Oh boy. 248. I need you, Charlie. Um, but this time it comes from behind you. The man who crawled out of the tent, body him changed, is now wearing Alex's face. Wow, this gets really weird. There's two of them now. They're on either side of you. So yeah, I don't think wherever I ended up, there's just no way that I was going to get out of this. Um, you make a sanity check. Um, Please come with me. Um, to agree, go to 353. To refuse, 357. No, these are both different. We're just jumping over a few of the potential endings. No, I don't want that. What? Okay, you should say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it painless. This is bad." Then 358 to run. This is still a different one. We'll be together. Um, yeah. At the point that I reached, no matter what ending I got, I was going to be. Um, I ended up at 354 there. I to run go to 358. Make the dex check is 360. Yeah, and then that takes me to. Oh, if you fail, go to 359. Um, yeah. Okay. So at least in this instance, it's a no-win situation. Now, I don't remember any place where I checked Charlie off at the beginning unless they told me um, uh, log sheet. Note about the entries at the start. Blah 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 blah. Because I think you to begin your ventures, Alex, check go to 1. It doesn't say check. Go to 2. Damn it. Okay, so under entry number 1, it says check tick Alex on the log sheet, but it does not say that on number 2 to check tick Charlie. So that was a typo, and that's why it wasn't checked or ticked. And we went ahead and did what we thought we were supposed to do. It was correct, so I made the right choice there as far as just checking it and ticking it. Um, don't know how I got back in the woods. I guess it just brought me there, or maybe it took an earlier version of me if it could go anywhere in time or space. So another thing about Alone Against the Static that's pretty neat is that in the end here, additional resources. Once you've completed adventures, you may wish to draw on elements you discovered during the gameplay in regular games of Call of Cthulhu. If you haven't yet completed a playthrough of Alone Against the Static, then understand that reading this will spoil several mysteries. On the next page, you'll find a profile for Ushtik-A, the Child of the Forest, for your own use and reference. So that is a brand new Call of Cthulhu mythos manifestation, essentially. Typical manifestation. Um, there's a cult that's very. So it's got the information on using this in your campaign, which is very cool. And this is pretty self-explanatory, I guess. Um, it connects to the ley lines of the earth. Born a mixture of dark rites, cast sentries ago over the remnants of a fallen star. Ushtika is a shapeless, formless hive mind that poisons the region it inhabits, rendering it free from animal and human life. Its connection to ley lines of the earth extend its consciousness through time, allowing it to view its own future, past, and present at once. While it can only take physical form by inhabiting a body of a human host, it can manipulate natural minerals to communicate, i.e., tape, um, magnetic tape. It is a lonely entity. It desires the ability to take physical form, but even with a willing host, this never lasts long, as Justika's unfamiliarity with solid shapes inevitably destroy the host in a warping and violent calamity of broken bones and mutated flesh. There are few followers. Usually disciples are those looking to connect with spirits of the wild. Occasionally the child of the forest answers their search, wearing a guise to gain the trust of potential followers. Members of the cult are generally driven by the desire to assist the being in undoing its loneliness, while more narcissistic followers are motivated by the gift of foresight. Wow. Yeah, this is a no-win. This might be a no-win scenario. Um, no, 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 no. No, that's not true. Um, this looks like there are ways to actually do that. Probably you'd have to not look at any of the tapes at all. Just totally avoid that, not watch that weird tape. I'm guessing if fewer of these things were checked, there might be a chance, or certain ones are checked, there's a chance that if the flowers in the stream weren't checked, or the quiet in the evening weren't checked, I guess there's a chance I might have gotten away. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so we got pulled into this creature. Very cool. I died, but it was a good. It was really good. Um, and I'm guessing if you're playing Charlie, then I mean Alex. If you're playing Alex, then I'm guessing Charlie goes into town with the car, and pretty much the same thing happens to you. But yeah, yeah, that's excellent. That was an excellent one. I'm still gonna have to say the dog walker was my favorite. I really enjoyed that one a lot. Um, but this is excellent. For ones where I got killed, I think that's the best one yet. I still prefer it when I survive, and but I think by that time in the scenario, there was no way that we were going to get away, which is fine. So hey, so that has been Alone Against the Static. I want to thank everybody who showed up, even for a few minutes. I appreciate y'all being here. Um, this will be up on YouTube in a couple days. I have to wait at least 24 hours before I put it up. We ran a little over. Wow, almost half an hour over. Um, I don't think anybody is streaming who's doing any tabletop RPGs, but we'll take a quick look and see if we can find anybody who's not just playing Hunt Showdown, Dead by Daylight, Hunt Showdown, RimWorld. I don't know what that is. Hunt Showdown. Yeah, I follow a lot of Hunt Showdown people. So I'm not going to raid anybody, I don't think, this afternoon. Let's go back here. JM Johnson, excellent job, Andy. Thank you so much, JM. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for telling me when the ads were. I'm definitely going to set up a thing so I have another. Yeah, I'm going to set up another alternate Twitch account just so I can watch and see when the ads come up, because that's really frustrating that they don't tell me. Um, House of Cats, if you know how you can tell when ads are coming, if you could give me a little heads up, I would appreciate it. I'm just I don't see it anywhere, and it's driving me crazy. So that was Alone Against the Static. That was a lot of fun. That was excellently done. That was really messed up, and I really think it's going to be hard to survive this one while learning anything about what's going on. So maybe I don't know how you survive. I did see a good ending. I'll never forget what happened in the woods. I spotted it towards the end of the book there, just as I was looking, and we didn't get it. We got took. So we live forever and we keep repeating stuff. But thanks for watching, everybody. As always, I appreciate it. And we'll do a little short outro and then we'll be gone. So let's get this music going again. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all next time.